told me about D&D.
Oh.
It's kind of funny that we abbreviate it as D letter N D instead of DAD.
Oh.
Dad.
we must play the dad game.
A very dad joke.
He gets it.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, the great dad game. Okay. It looks like everything is going well. So that's good. My throat might also be out of commission at some point, but that's okay. I let rust to some degree, so it's totally fine. Probably, maybe, hopefully.
Where's your water?
Right next to me. But anyways.
Well,
Drink
it
your
says,
water.
well, it says right here on Twitch that I'm probably the only one currently watching the stream, but I'm not certain I believe these numbers anymore.
Oh. Alright, well, hello and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. I am your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we shall be continuing the tale of shifting fates. Come on in, take a seat, and let your imagination run free. And, now I need to hydrate a couple times, hold on.
Hey, Sid,
One.
you have 10 seconds.
Oh, God. 2. 3. Alright, that's Ellie's hydrations. Lovely. And then 4 from Demon. 5.
That voice
6.
cracks up.
I said, I don't think you understand how many points I've saved up.
Oh, God. 8.
Okay, I think that's enough. We don't need him to go to the restroom during the screen.
Okay, God, that's 9.
Just make him sing. Isn't there one for singing?
Yes.
Singing while I'm dead. So thank you, Pastry Boy Fritter, our $3 patron, for joining us and doing that. If you guys want to be shout out our videos or see more of our various God, the water is hitting me like a train.
But
if you guys want to see,
I think I'm gonna hit him with something even more cruel.
Oh, what you got? Lose the glass. Fuck. Alright. Okay, here we go. Here we go, folks. Alright. So, hopefully, if you guys want to join... Oh, not to think about what I'm saying. God damn it. If you guys want to interact with some of our other stuff, look at our fan fictions or writings, Hi Melody, or other creations that we make, feel free to join our Patreon as well. It's inside of the socials right here. Oh, my eyes. And we have various other things that we do throughout the week, throughout the month, everything like that. So you guys can check more with our socials there. If you guys want to have more information, more content, more of that other fun stuff, go check that stuff out. We'll also speak more at the end of this episode, so stay tuned. Okay, what the fuck was I doing? Right, so you guys, someone give me a recap. My brain's not working right now.
Ellie's coming back around with that recap, yo. So, we were just done talking with the king and Oliver's best buddy old pal, Paladin, that now has Ellie's bracelet, and he is free from Palor's wrath, control, whatever. That sort of trash. So now, after all that jazz, Rowena and Averin had a talk.
A heart to
out
heart.
Of ear of everyone else. Out of ear of everyone else. So now, because Ellie is a stubborn cuss and cares in some sort of way, Rowena is resting at the library with the watch of Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the group followed Bill all the way down to the depths of the cavern to investigate this door of sorts, where we found miners that became trapped in this small cavern of sorts and inevitably died. We found some ore and a few other things in their campsite, but no one was interested. So that's where we're at. Also, things are not good with the team so far, at least the females. So it'll be fun.
There's one step that you missed there, actually, Ellie.
You know what? Fill in the blanks then.
Oh no, it was just going to simply be, we have a new friend.
Oh
And
yeah.
yes,
we-
I actually did give him a stat
yeah,
block.
and we have Despero, the lava salamander.
yeah.
We haven't named him that yet, I don't think.
Nope.
Okay, fine.
He's so
His
far
name's
been
still
called
Sad
Sad
He
Newt.
doesn't have. I haven't met him yet. Okay.
You've met him a couple times. He's
In-game, you
been
did
journeying with
actually
you
meet him.
guys. Yeah, he's so
No.
far has been titled Sad Newt, Newt, Depressed Boy, and yeah, I thought you were dead,
Snoot.
Yeah, no,
forgot
Ellie wouldn't
Snoop.
agree to those.
and Snoot.
And while I did not actually give him actual stats, I did actually compile a setup of potential player race-like abilities for him to use.
Yeah, it's actually very
And-
useful.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys
I'm
have
just
just
kidding.
gotten a
I'm
bunch
just
of stuff from, or not a bunch of stuff, but the sword for Bill has been remade, which I'll stat before next combat, for certain. But I have more time. And then you guys, I believe, we're going to journey back towards the library where Rowena was, and also, technically speaking, where Ezekiel is as well. So if I can see, how long have I been doing this? 3 minutes. Fuck, I still have 2 more minutes. All right. If I can see this shit properly, I'm not super far from my screen, but I'm far enough that this makes it very difficult. Probably, yeah, Dwarven Keep. There you are. I don't have the worst eyesight in the world, but I do have pretty bad eyesight. Okay. So you guys are inside the library in here. Ezekiel is inside of the tavern, outside, I believe. But you guys have finally gone back to the library. Jackson is there with Rowena and Iron Belly. He's pretty much going wherever Iron Belly is, and Iron Belly, out of courtesy to Rowena, has decided to stay in the library. But also so he can read. He doesn't read a lot, but there are a lot of books about how to produce alcohol. So he's learning about a lot of them. But yeah, so you guys all journey back to the library. You guys into the library. If I remember correctly, Avern is kind of like back and forth the group. Bill is being his usual cheerful, kind of slightly crazy self. Oliver is kind of quiet, and Ellie, I have no idea how she feels right now.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did Rowena get her long rest in before everyone showed up?
Yes, you would have gotten a single long rest so far, and that would mean your exhaustion is down 1.
Well, I mean, just like before everyone showed up, because Rowena wanted
Yeah.
to talk to Jackson before everyone showed up.
Yeah, you would have gotten the long rest before everyone showed up. Yes.
And yep, down to 1 again.
You're only one I think you're
Only
the
one.
only player I've ever had that has gotten exhaustion.
Hey, it
It's
makes
very
you
exciting.
go.
Excuse you?
Have you gotten exhaust? I know you were down at a time and you gotten injured, but I don't know if you were given exhaustion.
It technically,
You got lingering
as
injury.
you said back then, it counts as exhaustion points at
Ah,
first.
okay, because I remember you gotten the lingering injury, but I can't remember
Yeah,
if you got
so-
exhaustion with the lingering injury. I feel like that
Yeah,
would have
at
been
first
mean.
I did.
I feel like that would have been mean. Well, you're the
Yeah,
only one that has ever
about
gotten to 2 exhaustion then.
Hey.
Woo! I can't wait for the day I get someone to 6 exhaustion. That's gonna be fun.
Rip.
So the moment we reach 6 exhaustion, we die.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna
The
be an
fact that
enjoyable
you-
time, don't worry about it.
Do you? The fact that you think I'd let you let Bill get to that point is funny.
We're gonna have
sitting-
27 different fights in a row, and you guys get exhaustion every one. Haha.
I'm just sitting here sweating, remembering the weakness I gave Fire Newt friend.
Ugh,
Water?
put
No.
my glasses back
I
on,
did-
Jesus.
If I say it right here, and we agree that we are not going to metagame this unless, as he actually directly tells us, or we have some other research to prompt doing the
I
research
just
on
usually assume you guys won't metagame. so it shouldn't be a problem.
I read up that the common environment that fire newts tend to hang out is usually hot, humid areas like hot springs and such, and that they need to regularly soak themselves in such conditions in order to maintain their. I guess the best way to phrase it is a stable mind and to keep from exhausting themselves and tiring out. So, quite literally, if he does not rest in hot springs or similar environments for over the course of a week, he will just every day, for until he actually does rest in those environments, just build up more and more exhaustion stacks. And yes, that can kill him. And he cannot get rid of those exhaustion stacks until he does.
Yes. Which
Hey,
makes
Dan, I
sense
have
for a creature made basically entirely out of lava.
What were you saying,
Well,
Bill?
to some degree, lava.
I mean, is anyone going to keep track of this properly?
Sin, I have no doubt, is.
I doubt it. I'm gonna be real.
Correction, it's Ellie, not Sin.
I'll do it in my
One of
head.
you is.
Which also means that y'all might have to leave Newt Newt before you go into the area made of ice.
But yeah, again, don't worry about it immediately. Again, he has a 1 week grace period in between.
Yep.
Why did we bring him with? Why did you bring him with? He wasn't even
Because-
a friend.
Because we didn't know
yeah, that's
yet.
what everyone's wondering too.
He's
Because we
also
didn't know yet.
your only
No.
guide in the mountains at the moment.
This is true.
To be fair, Ollie did just
I'm gonna
primarily
adopt
just give
him.
him the explorer's kit because it's just like he sounds like he wants to go explore. He's gonna need some sort of level
It's
of
gonna be
equipment.
so
and then he's
cute.
like, and then he's just like, "Hey, I'm joining you guys." It's like, okay then.
He's gonna be a
Oh, whatever.
little explorer down in the mines. This will be so cute. Anyways, but yeah, so y'all
If
y'all
he
go
dies,
into
he
lava.
dies.
If he dies, he dies. My friends get
And
to
this is
go
why the
past.
sisters
What?
are fighting. No, this is why we're fighting.
But yeah, so you guys head into the library. Rumi has taken a single long rest, so she's still tired as fuck, but she is functional at the moment. So, what do you guys want to do?
Ellie's going to Jackson.
Nice. Jackson's just kind of standing at the top, looking over the edge, looking over the fence kind of thing, so people don't just fall 50 floors, as he's just watching Iron Belly lose himself to various different tomes of alcoholism.
Well, did she rest at least?
She took a decent sleep. Guys were gone for quite some time, so she rested, and she should be fine.
Well, that's good. I'm over being in this cavern. If I could go back to Mercy right now, that'd be great.
Then why
But
don't you?
we still have stuff to do.
Okay, that answers that question.
Oh, what was that, Bill?
Yes,
barely
why
heard you.
I
don't
want to
you?
go back to Mercy. Bill's question, so why don't you? Because we have stuff to do. Oh, that answers my question.
Yeah, Bill, just pause for a second.
Bill just spouts the first thing in his mind. He's like, wait a minute, I have to wait 5 seconds. Wait. Oh my god.
Yeah, we kind of have the war to do and such, and we're going to the orc place after this. So sadly, I don't think I'll be able to go back. At least not right now.
Okay.
It'd be nice to be able to take some level of break, but yeah, we're running a bit low on time.
Well, if it helps, I hear that snow is good for your skin.
Last time we were there, I almost turned into a popsicle and nearly died of hypothermia, hun.
Yeah, but you also weren't wearing any, fur or anything like that, so...
I mean,
This is true.
I picked up this wool coat the last time we passed through, if that's of use.
See? It'll make it so you're perfectly fine, and warm, and not dead.
I still have this cloak of sorts, so
Oh yeah.
I'll be fine this time.
If you say so.
Well, she's over there kind of resting for the moment, waiting for y'all. And kind of gestures too, around the side of the library.
Got my bedroll
Uh,
comforted between like 2 stacks of books. Yeah.
I think I don't think I've
you
ever.
guys can go to her. I'm just going to stay with Jackson. I don't think she's ready to see me yet.
I don't think I've ever seen her that serene. I think I'm just going to leave her to her business.
I have an idea.
Oh,
Bill.
What,
She
you're
wasn't
not-
in the best of moods last time we saw her.
Bill stares at you with the blankness of a bird, and that changes what exactly?
Fair enough. What happens, happens. I'm going to be right here. And
Right.
she's just going to rest her head on Jackson and just, yeah.
Okay.
She's
Rowena
tired.
sleeps ready to go. Just so you know.
You know, I think I'm gonna go brush up on local herbs. He just says, taking a turn and starting to walk down the aisles, all the shelves.
What you gonna do,
Yes,
Bill?
alone.
So Bill's gonna find the closest bookshelf to Rowena,
Uh-huh.
Mm.
and he's gonna shove his head through the bookshelf at Rowena to knock books over at her, and then just yell, "You want to see a dead body?"
Oh my gosh! Wait,
Not
was
a
she there
freak
for that?
again.
She wasn't there for that. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, she'll think Bill is being legitimate.
Oh, oh my god!
I'm so mad.
This is why
So
you do
mad
not
right now.
leave the Kenku This is why you don't allow the Kenku to do what he wants sometimes.
Oh Jesus
If you're not
Christ! So
gonna-
you, so
you're
when
her
fucking
sister.
books fall
Don't see
onto
me.
you, you like kind of stir a little bit. That happens. You stare up at.
Hi.
What do you mean, a dead?
Bill
in a
refuses to elaborate and
library.
slowly brings his head out of the books.
I've seen enough dead bodies. In fact, I've created dead bodies. Why would
What
I
about
want to see
Ellie?
this? What do you mean? Just happened. All I hear was cut off.
Is she dead? She
What?
dead?
Yeah,
Jim?
exactly. What about Ellie?
Bill's not gonna elaborate, just walk towards Ellie and
Oh
Laura.
my gosh!
Fucking.
Wait, is Ellie? Where is Ellie?
As you
Is she
kind of
dead?
stand up, you
Ellie's-
see her
yeah.
just leaning on Jackson,
Okay.
maybe like
Got her
30, 40 feet away from you. And Bill's just walking off.
Refusing to elaborate.
What the fuck,
Well, I'm
Bill?
not following. I don't need to see another dead body. I've seen enough, and I will create more.
I mean, how many more?
As many as necessary.
Cool. Alright, anyway, we're leaving if you're coming.
I'm not. I need to. I took a rest. You know, I wanted to. Ellie wanted to. I still have one thing that I need to do. You just give me like.
And what's
hot second.
that?
What do you mean? What's that? You guys all got to be in the library. I never got to do anything. All I got to do was sleep.
I mean, do you want help looking for what you're looking for is kind of what I'm asking.
Oh, well then why didn't you just say that?
Mm.
Yeah, I turned it around on you, Bill. What now?
Bill just stares at you. I mean, what do you mean? Why didn't I did.
What-
You said you had something to do. I asked, what's that? You didn't explain.
I said I need. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
Do you want help finding the book or not?
why would I want help from you? I'm going to go to the librarian.
Oh my gosh!
You know, fair.
You know, she can only tell you where a general place is.
And you know more about this library than they do?
I mean, I had to find books already. They could tell you a general area. I'm saying, do you want help searching for the area you're looking when you're in the area that you're looking for? It could take a while to find the book you're looking for.
No, I'm fine. Go do whatever you do, Bill, which is get in trouble.
I'm not the one who's fighting with her sister. As Bill
I'm
walks
not
away.
fighting with her.
Bill looks at you sassily.
Oh. Whoa!
She's fighting with me.
Now you two are having a pissing contest, and
Oh.
where the rest of us are the victims. As Bill walks away from the both of you and just jumps down the hallway.
How is anyone else the victim? Just get out of the way.
Oh god. Alfred, while this is
They
happening.
also just elaborate leaves.
Oh my god.
Everyone is
So I
kind of
only
just,
yelled at fucking Ellie. How is anyone else the victim? How is anyone else even collateral damage? I'll give him collateral damage.
Yeah, you did shoot an arrow at me.
I was going to do it again.
Okay.
Well, do it then. You'll miss again.
Oh, you tempt me.
I do tempt you. I tempt a lot of people. It's fun. And
Oh,
it
God.
lightens your mood because you're mad at me instead of her. And that's a lot
Lightens
funnier.
it?
Yeah.
I'm ready to kill.
And
How
that's
is that
pretty normal for
lighter?
us.
It's not wrong, actually.
oh
I've
my
never
God.
wanted to kill anyone in my party before.
Well, welcome to a first. Actually, correction. No, didn't you want to kill Ollie?
He was not in my party at that time. He was
But-
just
I was
a
about
tag
to
along.
say.
It was a tag.
I didn't accept him into my party. He wasn't in my party.
But you're traveling with.
He was a tag
Technically, in
along.
this Ellie's party, aren't we all kind of a gaggle? What's the word?
Gaggle.
Is it a gaggle?
I thought you were jumping.
Gaggle?
I am jumping. I'm skipping down the hallway.
I thought you.
I'm
jumped,
sorry
like,
that I'm
down.
so short you can't tell I'm jumping.
I thought he was jumping down the hole, like in the middle.
I'm jumping down the hallway.
Okay.
He's like jumping like up to like your rib cage kind of every time he's jumping. He's still not even up to your eye level, whereas he's just jumping along.
He's jumping along, tapping his feet, having a good time. Obviously,
my
riling
God.
you up on purpose.
So yeah, Averin, what have you been doing during this very entertaining moment?
I feel like Averin is like doing the like standing in the corner thing that she does, but she keeps she's like awkwardly staring at Ellie the entire time. Just being like, do I say something? Do I not say something? Rowena told me lying is bad, but lying is good sometimes. Instructions unclear.
Oh, let's see if you survive with her man being right there.
Is this a lie
Yeah.
of a mission, or
Actually,
is this
your
just a
survival
lie?
rate is a little higher with him there. Granted, I don't know how he'd respond.
It's very clear to Verena everything she said.
Averin's
Yeah.
just staring like, what counts as a white lie?
Everyone's just like, how do I make things better? Well, things are already good. I feel like I made things bad, but things are actually still good. I did nothing. So
You did nothing that they know of.
yeah. If everything's all good right now, why do I still feel like a jerk?
Aw. Aw, my heart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you're doing that cool guy, edgy, go fast, lean as you're awkward and staring. Like honestly, you're probably anyone who walks in and looks at you is probably thinking like you're like staring with like intense focus, and they're like, huh. And you're just awkwardly like, do I? Do I not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's the
Jax is
librarian?
just staring. Yeah. Say a room
I'm
when
not
you
gonna
go
talk to
to the
Jackson
library.
with Ellie right there. No, they can
Yep.
have their own time.
Ellie is just flops against him.
He's just kind of
Tired.
rubbing your shoulder, staring at Iron Belly. You guys hear every now and again Iron Belly laughing almost maniacally as he shouts up something or another about, "Oh, I found a new alcoholic way to do this. Oh, the possibilities." So, yeah. Rowena, you want to talk to the librarian?
Correct.
Alright, cool. So you walk out to the librarian, probably kind of along the side rather than the main route. You walk up to her, and it's the same elven lady from before, and she smiles and nods at you. How may I help you?
Can I get some directions to... Is there anyone around?
No one in particular earshot of you if you speak a little bit quietly.
Okay. Whispering. Necromancers and necromancy.
Ah. That's not one that we have a significant amount of knowledge on. Most of them are fairy tales or myths of sorts from various pasts of many of the different species. Would they be older or newer? She kind of like looks through, almost like a catalog of sorts as she's walking through. As myths and tales, they're almost frequently being updated. So you're actually only going to go down to level 2. And about row 4, you should find a couple of them. They're again only myths and stories. We don't have a whole lot on them. Although in level, we don't really have much factual information. Not a whole lot of people meet them. Same with paladins, actually. They're on row 1. They get updated almost constantly because myths are constant. But in terms of necromancy, I think the only thing we have on them that's concrete is actually up here. And she'll reach over and grab. It honestly looks more like a journal than anything else. It's a very small, hand-bound notebook of sorts as she hands it over to you. This was a journal taken from who was at the time? I believe it was a high elf named Richmond, and a long time ago, he decided to seek out the necromancers and try to figure out more of the information. There's also some factual information on the paladins, but he only met one of them in his life. And but he found a couple of different necromancers, and he locked them down. Some of the information he found out about them. This is the only information we have on here that isn't myths or fairy tales or other such like that. And even then, this information is while it's generally acclaimed to be factual, that this was around 200 years ago, so we're not entirely sure if it is in fact true. We have kept as factual records, though, so this is about as close as you're going to get, aside from word of mouth.
Okay.
And this is, of course, a copy. You can keep it with you if you like. We make a couple of copies of this, since this is not quite sought after, but this is quite needed. So we have the actual book very kept away. But because it's so small, we can make copies relatively easily. So you're welcome to keep that with you.
Okay. That I will do. She'll pocket it, and I will make a new... I guess I'll put it...
Yeah, she'll just nod to you. Is there anything else you needed?
Do I have to do anything? Can I just take it with me? Yeah?
Yep. Again, it's just a copy of the book. We don't particularly have any interest in the copies that we make, especially for smaller editions like that one. They don't even need to be kept for sure. Some of the other ones that we need to make copies of, or ones that are so difficult to come across that we can't make copies of them, obviously we don't be able to loan you them in the library or loaning them for certain periods of time, and they would have sigils on them. But something like this, and most of the reference books around the top floor here, we just give them out for free, as, I mean, not many people want them, and there's no reason for us to care about them too much. Knowledge is valuable, after all.
Works for me. She'll just tuck it away, keep it safe. Read it when I don't have disadvantage. There we go.
Slowly starts reading. Eyes start glossing over. Sleep is needed. Okay. So hey, you get the book. Do you head over to anyone?
Do I what? Sorry, I was typing out what this is.
Oh, you're good. Do you head over to anyone or?
Is Ellie still by Jackson?
She is.
This makes perfect. Can't. I'm not. Nope.
Mhm.
I'll go pack up all my stuff because I left it there. I just got up and left.
Fair enough. All right. So you go, you pack up some of your stuff. Averin, you see Ellie's kind of at peace for a moment. You guys all hear Ironbelly go, "Woo! That's gonna be a fireball in the making," which honestly concerns several of the librarians who are looking over at him at the time. Bill is hopping along as is. Oliver, I'm assuming you're finding a book on probably something relating to the plants.
Yeah, I was looking for some sort of botanist guide to herbs or something.
You probably would have been directed to. Honestly, that's probably one that's been updated semi-frequently, so probably level 5 or 6. And so you would have probably found at least a couple of them fairly easily. There's a lot of different botanist guides because there's a lot of different types of plants and a lot of the different areas. From Riotao, which is mostly plants focused on hard earth and not much sunlight. Cataclysm, which is very soft earth and no sunlight, and then Helios, which is
Way too much sun.
very much, yeah, constant sunlight and very fertile ground. So very, very different fauna for each area.
So what I'm picking up is that Cataclysm probably has the carnivorous plants.
Yeah. A lot of the plants in Cataclysm grow up either with bioluminescence, which allows them to kind of attract other creatures to them, usually insects and like, or they're just straight up eat other creatures that go by, from small insects all the way up to, from what you're reading, very small animals.
I mean, that is kind of how Venus flytraps work in real life. And
Yeah.
plants.
And then there are also some that you're reading which are honestly slightly more terrifying. They're sand-based. And these ones will literally burrow themselves into the sand, and then as something walks above them, the sand will shift, and they'll snap upwards and pretty much encapsulate whatever is walking over them. And they have very sharp ridges to what is effectively their mouths. And so it effectively acts like a bear trap.
I can't decide if you're talking about an antlion or a sandworm.
Oh, it's not an animal, it's a plant.
Okay.
Yeah. Which honestly might be more creepy.
Sid, I know that man traps are a thing in D&D. I think I've heard worse.
Man trap? I don't think I've heard that one.
Easiest explanation, it's kind of like a rough hybrid between a pitcher plant and what's the word I'm looking for here? Aromatic, digestive
that's
fluids.
horrifying.
And they use it to try and attract humanoids.
Oh, that's horrifying.
It
All
has
right,
a
cool.
stealth +7?
Jesus Christ! Alright, cool, so I'm gonna keep that in mind for the future. That's cool.
I should
Alright.
have stayed quiet.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that in my mind for the future. Holy shit, that looks neat. Whew.
There aren't
Alright.
very many plant monsters, but the ones that are there are scary.
God damn. Alright, I'd love perception +6 and stealth +7. Whew. Ooh, that's nasty.
I have perception +4 on my.
Oh, 4/4? Okay. God, that's
DC
still
11
fucking
though.
terrifying. Alright, yeah, so that's some of the books you read. I'm certain that the man traps would be somewhere in Cataclysm. But honestly, probably more in the Goblin Wastes than to the north. So that's probably what you will read, is that the man traps would be in the Umbral Wastes, the swamp area, to the south. At least that's their preferred hunting grounds.
Great. He just is closing a book or bookmarking and closing the book.
Mhm. Don't you guys love creepy ass fucking planes?
I'm not gonna comment because if I comment and say no and then tell you exactly what I was scared of, then you'll probably add that in.
Again, I say there are not many plant-based monsters in D&D, but the ones that are there are scary.
Let me add a plant-based monster that shows up as a giant spider. There we go.
Oh no, I'm not worried about that, Sin. Remember, I'm one of the only individuals in this group that doesn't have arachnophobia.
Yeah, but it'll terrify the shit out of Ellie.
You're so lucky she's not here right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if Averin would be scared of spiders. Are there spiders in the slums? I'm assuming there are.
There primarily would have been rats and very small spiders, but anything inside the slums is lethal as hell. So, any spiders that are in there, you probably would have killed on sight.
Yeah.
And
So
then
it's
there's
probably-
just Bill. Probably 8 spiders randomly.
You look tasty, full of protein.
He is a bird. He would eat spiders.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
match
assuming
that
though
tasty.
that yeah, I'm assuming though that like with anything that's like bigger than her first instinct is invisibility. Okay, let's go.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, if there's a spider or rat larger than you, the chances are that it trying to kill you is not the terrifying part. You surviving is the terrifying part, because they will infect the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys managed to get all of your stuff, you guys got your books. Iron Belly eventually comes up with like 4 or 5 different books, and they make copies for him fairly quickly. And he has... well, the grin on his face can only be described as delirious or disturbing, as he's like, yeah, gonna get some real good alcohol out of these puppies.
Good luck.
Well, knowledge is power, as they say, I suppose.
Gonna make my own shop. It's gonna be called, I don't know what it'd be called.
The Iron
Pain and
Giant.
suffering. Come and join if you want to. Be its backline. Yeah.
Okay.
Ramina's gonna call over Jax if Ellie's not leaving him alone.
He'll look over to you, kind of pat Ellie on the shoulder for a second before heading over to you. Yeah, what can I do you for?
You really love her, right? You've been around her for a long time, and you know her, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
I think no. I know that this so-called like adventure is affecting her, and I don't think it's in a good way either.
Mm-hmm.
We ran into, I don't know if she's told you. Uh-oh, we lost someone.
Oh, that was Ellie.
We
I
ran
think one of
into
the kiddos may have turned off her phone. There you are. Hi. Mm-hmm.
Okay, fully now.
Hello.
we ran into a fortune teller that basically confirmed that.
Yeah, she's
Can-
definitely been a lot more tired, I would say. Been
Can
working
I
off
trust you to keep
fumes.
this between us?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because I'm going to be thinking out loud, and I need this to be kept secret.
He kind of nods and crosses his arms as he's kind of watching you.
To tell you the truth, I'm not even sure if it's the adventure or if it's actually if it's actually me. She was fine, not the best, of course, but fine when I met her. I mean, as time went on, I was around her more often, and like things happened, she changed. I know people change and grow and are affected by things that happen, but could it? Could it be the influence of me?
She
Adventures
was
is
around
something that would
me
affect her
for
this much.
she was around me for almost her entire life, like 17 years ish. So if I have not affected her, I can guarantee you haven't. From what I've heard, that journey into the area that I was captured in, with the where Mercy now stands, was rough to say the least. So that probably did some damage, and then the Trail of Blight Tears. I mean, you've been there too.
Yeah.
It's rough. And then for someone who's been, I wouldn't say isolated, but someone who's been in the forest, and this is her first journey as well. So she's used to, I guess, the play fights of the gnomes, or the journeying inside the bars. And there's a lot of fights in the bars, a lot of people cracking their skulls open. She's taken care of more than a few of them. But generally speaking, something of the caliber of the Trailblade Tears is mind-numbing for someone like her. She believed in the good of people. She still does, but not quite as much. I'm one of those people that, I'll do my job as it's given to me. I'll keep going regardless. But I don't really see people the same way she does. She wants to make sure people are happy, they have a home, and they can return to something that they love. I just get mission I completed. Very different lifestyles, but it works out in one way or another. I would say that probably affected her a lot. I don't know what happened the first time you guys went to the trail, but I know that it took a very long and hard toll on her. And then, honestly, your group is a mishmash party of, honestly, I have no idea why you guys are together in the first place half the time, I'll be honest. Seems like Oliver's here for protection. You're here possibly to protect Ellie, or maybe just to win the war. I can't really tell, honestly. No offense, man, of course.
None
Averin,
taken.
honestly, I'm waiting for the day Averin kind of steals something from all of you. But on the other hand, she seems to be actually wanting to be here more than most of you. So either she's going to steal something from all of you, or she's going to be the reason that all of you continue to stay alive. I'm hoping for the second. And Bill, he kind of looks over at Bill and just kind of looks him over for a second. He turns to look back at you and is just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Bill's some issues, and I don't really know what they are. But Bill has a lot of issues.
Parasite. He just stays.
Quite possibly. Honestly, from what I've heard, he's been alone for most of his life, and finally found a party of folks. So either he has had some serious issues with people in general, or he's a sociopath. I don't really know, but honestly, if he's not messed up, I will eat. He kind of looks over him. Something. I'll drink one of his alcohols. There we go. He's messed up in the head.
Most.
No.
But honestly, he seems to be also wanting to be around this party a lot. I don't know why. That'd be something you would have to ask him. But
I have no
yeah.
inclination.
He's just kind of crazy, it seems. But he might also just be lonely. I know. Weird things happen when you're alone for too long. And Ellie seems to be kind of picking up on some of this around. She doesn't quite seem to feel like the party is as solid as it could be. And when you're doubting the people who are around you, leads doubts to yourself. And it's this thing I learned from Arthur, as obviously it had to be Arthur who taught me this. Arthur is one of those people that if he's on your team and you go somewhere, I'm sure you know this as well, being a soldier, you implicitly trust those who are around you. If they are on your team, you will trust them until up to when you die. And that is purely because if you don't trust them, you will make some kind of what's the word? Some kind of pause, some kind of hesitation. And that hesitation can be what leads to your death. So Arthur's always told me, ever since I met him a couple months ago, weeks ago, I don't know at this point, that if I'm ever in a team with someone, I trust them implicitly, or I will die. And I think that's what Ellie is trying to kind of see, but she doesn't quite think that your team is solid, I should say. And so she's doubting it a little bit. And I think that is having a lot more effects on her than she is willing to say. So I wouldn't put any worth into the idea that your influence is causing her any form of issues. Honestly, being around you is probably happy as she's been for a while. But she has a lot of doubts that have been plaguing her mind, at least from what it seems. And her team, in her mind, might be falling apart. And that's plaguing her with more doubts. And you guys are going up against an impossible mission. Well, he air quotes impossible mission. Because you're fighting a 2-century-long war with gods, beings that we can barely comprehend, watching over the area. If you guys weren't concerned about it, again, I would probably start drinking Bill's alcohol. Because, I don't know what I would be able to do around people like you. Have faith that you can murder gods and do that without any doubts? That's insane. The confidence is overbearing.
I don't have that type of...
Exactly. If you did, I'd be drinking his alcohol. But yeah, she's going through a rough time, and I honestly don't really know how to help her, because I don't know how your team functions. But, yeah.
I know you say that, like, it's probably been one of the better moods she's been in with me being around, but just recently, the way I used to love her like I loved Mom, you know, like I loved Faye, but the more I'm with her, the more I love her like I love Da. Like, is that just me seeing her for who she is, really? Or is that her changing from the adventure?
I would say you're seeing her how you want to see her. As you spend more time with her, as you see more of what the world has to offer you, and see how she reacts to things. Yeah, everyone sees people how they want to see them. It what makes my job fantastic. As honestly, I don't want them to see me the way I want them to see me. I can change that on a dime. But everyone sees people how they want to see them. That's how you get people persuade or deceive them. And because of that, how you see them is fluid. So you may have seen her like your mother, and loved her as such, however that love may present itself. And now you see her more like your father, and you love her in the same way. But that might change. It might be that you're seeing a part of her, but maybe you've, because of your own experiences, have missed out on something that she's doing. Have missed out on some good aspect of her that really heightens your love towards her, like the way you do your mother. Or maybe you see her as more cold and calculating. Or maybe just you're more concerned and you want to protect her, or maybe you just don't want to give as much information to her as you would with somebody else. There's
Exactly.
1,000 factors.
That's what I'm talking about. It's not how she relates to Dad, it's how I relate. It's not how she's the same as Dad, it's how I relate. There we go.
Ah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I used to feel like I was on the same wavelength as her, and that's like me and Faye, you know. But now I don't think we're on the same wavelength, because I tell Mum everything, and even though I'm supposed to be telling Dad everything, I don't really tell him specifically everything anymore. And I don't know if
Reminds me of Grampy. He used to ask us, "Where were you last night?" And we would say, we were frolicking in the barn. And because he's old, he would believe us. But honestly, we were just grabbing off his walking sticks and burning them in a pile. It was pretty funny. He would wake up the next day and go, "Where's my walking sticks?" And we would go, "I don't know, we were frolicking in the farm." I had no reaction to it. I'm sorry. No relation to you. Sorry, that was just an old memory, you know?
That
So-
one was fun.
So you think it might be the like adventures changed her?
I would say so, probably. I would say that the adventure is causing her to second guess how she used to work. Because she used to take everything at face value, and now she's second guessing a lot of it. And that tends to have a lot of issues with how you respond to life. Especially with the mission that you guys have put yourselves on, and her belief that if she does this, then she can save more than will fall if she doesn't. And that takes a toll. It takes a heavy, heavy toll. And it's probably weighing her down a lot. And that's probably making her choose actions that she thinks is better instead of actions that she would normally take. Actions that she thinks will cause her to succeed. And I think that's the concern.
Has she always talked to the gods?
Oh yeah, she's been talking to Paylor at least since we were children. She used to tell me, "Oh, I have this imaginary friend I talk to," and honestly, I thought it was kind of silly considering she wandered into the forest, found a pan one day, tried cooking with it, damn near poisoned the entirety of the forest, and then said that the pan was a gift from her imaginary friend, and then. Yeah, she didn't ever stop. And then it turns out now she actually does talk to them. And yeah, it's kind of weird. Although the other god, what was her name?
Char.
Shar, thank you. Yeah, that one, that one's new. That one's new. But Paylor, at least, she's been her imaginary friend since she was like 2.
So she's never talked about Shaw before?
Nope.
Going on the journey.
Nope. Oh, to be fair, we were in the place that, by at least the myths say, Shar doesn't touch, so. But no,
She's only ever
only
talked about
Paylor.
one god being in her head.
Yep. Her weird, classy, dressed up, imaginary friend who gave her a fry pan. I always kind of assumed the fry pan was to kill people with, but she liked to cook, and then it turns out, yeah, that fry pan can kill people, just not in the way I was expecting. But yeah, no, he's just always been her best friend. Well, I wouldn't say best friend. He's always treated like she was an idiot.
And you're still just super veering off topic here. You still have a job, right?
No, I mean, I brought Iron Belly where he needs to be, so as long as y'all, he completed his job of taking guys into the area, you guys met with the Dwarf King, so my job's technically complete unless he wants to go back to Mercy, so. But
You're
he
unemployed
kind of
again.
looks at the guy holding like 6 books. It doesn't look like he's going back to Mercy anytime soon.
Well, I hope you find another thing to get you money.
Oh,
Jackson
well,
Gray.
I don't know if I should say I have more than enough money. Honestly, Arthur tends to pay off most of my debts at the moment. Mostly because he won't let me pay off my debts. He keeps stepping in between me and the guy I'm trying to pay, and then gives him like a platinum. And I'm like, that's more money that I owed. And he's like, oh, it's for your future payments too. And then I just get kind of annoyed at him, and he laughs it off and walks away.
Okay,
So I have saved up quite a bit of money.
That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah. Straight up like 70 gold. Pretty a lot of money.
Well, that's pretty much all. I'm going to do one more little research thing, and I'm going to ask the librarian one more thing, and then And then I'm going to tell Ellie I'm ready to go.
All right. I love
Get everyone
Averin laughing in the background. Averin just like 70 gold. Ha!
Yeah, she just like kind of like scoffs silently.
But yeah, yeah, so he just kind of nods to you. He's like, cool. Yeah, honestly, like, probably gonna ask her at some point too, but I guess the entire team should ask too. I can either go back to Mercy or I can join you guys. That's really up to you. I have no preference, mostly because it's cold in the Cataclysm. I don't do cold very well. But, I mean, if you need my services, I'm always happy to help. Normally, I would make you guys pay, but, I mean, you're kind of saving the world, so technically that's payment enough. Yeah. Anyways, you go
Okay.
do that. He's going to turn around to the group. Hey, folks! I was wondering if you wanted me on your team or if I should go back to Mercy.
I don't care. Do what you want.
Ollie
That's
just
one vote for
immediately
maybe.
at this point- Ollie just like at this moment just steps up the stairs, just like huffing and puffing, just like too many steps.
Okay.
I don't
Either
even
way,
want to know
but-
what kind of madness you dealt with when you went all the way down there. I just nearly got broken by 5 floors.
You need to walk more.
Probably.
Do you, like, want some water or something?
I think I could get that from my jug in a little bit. Don't worry about that.
Fair enough. I probably only have alcohol anyway.
I love the idea.
what was
Everyone just
that?
like kind of turns to Oliver. It's like, oh.
You can do it. I believe in you. Either way works for you coming along. Though I imagine Ellie would likely be biased.
I wouldn't.
You?
Ellie's just gonna bring her head up. It's like, as I've said before, when it comes to this team, I'm not biased. As much as I would love for him to come, I also know that he doesn't do the cold, but he could bundle up technically.
I have
Next
a
to
lot of
you?
bundle up stuff inside my bag. Don't worry about that. There's like, he looks into his bag. At least 12 scarves in here.
Why so many? Ugh.
Oh, just in case I have to go into the snow.
But why exclusively scarves?
Honestly, I don't know. I asked Arthur, like, what kind of equipment you use for the snow. Because, I was expecting, like, gloves or socks, right? And he just gave me scarves.
Oh, Baylor.
Okay.
Yeah. I was only on bundle 2 of them as, like, gloves. I was on, like, stick some of them in my boots and, wrap one around my neck and, like, one on my head. But, like, I feel like that could be just, accomplished with gloves. And fur-lined boots.
Yeah.
I think you might need a bit more than that for where we're going, but I'm not opposed to you joining us if you're interested in the road.
Alright, cool. Well, alright, I'll just follow your party then. Cool. We're,
Okay.
Though, at first sight of danger, I might send you back. Personally
I feel like that
speaking, I
defeats
don't
the
want you to go
purpose of
down.
me being there.
This is true.
Like, no offense, I feel like I'm more, what's the word? Combat capable than, he looks at Averin, he looks at Oliver. Like half your party.
Don't worry, the rest of us make up for him.
I mean,
I can cast invisibility.
I just
So can he.
Hi.
just like pulls out a smaller version of the alchemical jug. I just made a acid dispenser this morning.
If you're
Impressive.
so insistent on coming with, you would be a huge help to the team. This is true. Bias aside, of course.
You know, it's okay
Well-
to be biased about something.
Yeah. See, I'm biased about warm clothes and warm weather.
See?
I enjoy the sun.
I know.
Oh, okay. So, where were we going again?
I believe we need to meet Ezekiel, and
Oh.
then we'll be on our way. But
It's
we
been a while
need
since I
to
talked
also
to
stop
Ezekiel.
by. He's an interesting case. We also need to stop by the dwarf. Yes, the dwarf engineer to get you a sending stone. Especially since you'll be coming with us. It'd be better for everyone in this team
Ah,
to have
yeah,
a
the
sending
blacksmith.
stone. Yes. Just in
I-
case, for some odd reason, this lovely team decides to split up again and go to spots they don't claim they're going to go to. And she just grumbles.
You never asked me where I was going, I just left.
I also
And
need
then
to
I got
I-
lost. Not my fault that I have a poor sense of direction.
Well, if you know you have a poor sense of direction, you should probably let people know where you're going.
That's a very
put a
good point.
leash
But
on
if I
you.
don't know where I'm going, how do I know where I've been?
You don't need to know where you've been. You just need to know where you're going.
But if you don't know where you've been, then you don't know where you're going.
What do you mean? If you're searching for something, you know where you're going. You're going to go look for this certain thing.
You put
That's all you have to
way
say.
too much emphasis on my intelligence sometimes.
It's not your intelligence. It's your wisdom. Just tell us. You're wise enough to know that if you're in a group, you should probably tell them where you're going, right?
Oh. Well, I didn't exactly expect to wander off as far as I did.
True, but now you know.
Yeah.
Marina's like off in the distance because she's looking for the librarian again. She's just yelling this.
Fair enough.
You
Now you
eventually
know.
wander up to the librarian again. She looks at you. She's like, "Oh, hello again. Did you need
Librarian.
something else?"
Yes. The gods. What do you have on the gods? Unnamed one. Specifically. Like unworshipped ones or creating ones, you know?
Oh,
you
well,
have anything
Paylor
on
and
that?
Shar,
Trying to find my gray one?
the name ones we have a significant period amount of knowledge of, and that's all the way on floor 50. The unnamed ones... She, like, stands there and kind of thinks for a moment. Actually... She'll turn around and start walking, kind of gesturing you, follow her, and she'll go around
Okay.
to, obviously it's kind of close to the entrance, but there's a couple, even on the top floor, there's a couple of shelves of books. Not very many, but there's a couple of shelves, and she walks over to one of them. So, how do I phrase this for you? So the kind of books that are created or generated, or the types of informations that we get, they're generated or created, that are not quite the most recent, but ones that are weirdly updated. So not quite old, not quite new. We're really unsure about where they are. We put them up here. They're
Mm.
not really ever looked at, and they're really only for us because, honestly, no one knows this kind of subject. So, for example, she grabs out one of the books. This is a book about a particular subspecies of ant that lives on the northern plains, inside the mountains, above where we typically live up here, in the snowy regions. And we're not quite certain if they exist, or if they do exist, what may the kind of factors of. We could find them, and we have found a few bits of information, but no one's ever actually dedicated the time to it. She closes the books and puts it back. So it's there. Specifically for unnamed gods. That's a bit of an interesting question, but she walks over and grabs another. This one is more like a scroll than it's a book, and she hands it to you. This is a scroll that gets updated by a researcher. He lives near the northern end of Helios, and he actually has made it with a very special parchment. So essentially, as he updates this scroll gets updated at the same time. As you can imagine, since it's a scroll, there's not a lot of information on it. Have you ever heard of what do people call it these days? We used to call it the pit.
Yes, I think I've heard of that.
Yes. So we have a researcher that goes up there a lot, and essentially he's taking a lot of information, looking around the information, and kind of observing the area to learn more about the unnamed gods and the pit itself, and learning more about how that functions. All of his findings that he's bothered to put there are on this scroll. He doesn't update very often.
Can Rowena really quick unroll it?
Yeah.
Is there really much any information at all?
There's
in there?
about 4 paragraphs, you would say, that are on there. It's somewhat detailed paragraphs. He calls it the pit inside of his statements, but it's like something along the lines of the pit is so deep that I physically cannot see the bottom, and if I drop a torch down, I stop seeing it after about 1,000 meters, and I never hear it hit the ground. It has its own cloud structure. It has its own ecosystems, it looks like. I might go down there one day. I may not return. At just like random tidbits like that, where it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then he adds in like, I may not return, or something dramatic like that.
I don't think this will. How about, do you have anything on like spells to force entities that are in others to manifest or to leave, like banishment? Or maybe how to trap?
We have
how
a
to trap god?
banishment scroll, but that'll take the person.
No. The thing that's inside of another person, I want to get rid of.
Oh. Lesser restoration?
I
Is
don't.
his disease?
If it's a no. What if it's a god? Yes. Like, what if it? How do you trap a god? Do you have anything on that?
She looks at you with just the blankest stare, and just goes,
Come on.
Do you know what happens when a god enters a mortal body?
No.
Based on the information we have, they explode. Like, she kind of looks around and whispers, "Chunkies." So I mean, if you somehow manage to have a god in someone's body, sorry?
But you don't have anything on how to like trap them either?
They're god? I'm pretty sure if we designed a way to trap them, maybe hold person? But they're god. Dominate person? But they're god. No. I don't think I've ever tried to stop a god before. I'm so sorry, but
That's okay. I'll bring back the information. She leaves.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
You just walk away, and she just looks at you with like the most confused face of all time as you're just walking away.
It's okay. You've helped. Thank you. We need to get going. Kill a god. What if I? No. But
If you try killing Ellie to force
that's
her to
exactly
kill
what she
her-
would do.
Let me stab her in the heart. See what
Sure,
happens.
sure. See what happens in front of Jackson.
She's like, what
Try
if I
it.
just?
Try it in a small town.
Pulls out
What if
your
I just-
bow.
What if I just, with? I do have Char's blood on one of my arrows. I just,
Oh my gosh, Ellie would do her puff. Honey.
Dude, the puff,
Oh my gosh,
puff.
yeah, go for it. Try it. See what happens.
Do the puff puff.
Rowena wants to get that unnamed one out.
Oh my god. But yeah, so you guys
Wow.
just see Rowena start coming back and a exceptionally confused librarian behind her.
I guess, can't rely on a library having all the answers.
Considering
Yeah.
I had to teach them how works. I'm honestly kind of not surprised.
Well, why don't we head out? What do you think?
We were waiting on you.
True. Sorry, I had to,
Yep.
expand on my line of thought that I had earlier.
Now you good. Not like we're. That
She
words are.
kind of looks at you. It's just like, are you okay?
It's been about a week since I last saw the sun. It would be nice if we got out there.
Newt is at the doorway. He's just like, don't worry, guys. I don't step into places with books because yeah. So but I can come with.
Cool.
Nice.
Still not my friend.
Oh.
Ooh. Aren't most of the people here not your friend? Bill just standing there staring at you.
He thinks.
Like,
Newt kind of looks at Bill, looks at Rowena, just goes, "Oh, okay, so I'm not only the only almost friend." He looks at Averin, friend.
No.
Oh, not quite, dear sad Newt.
Oh,
We're
okay.
friendly acquaintances.
I'll be your friend.
Friend. I got 2 friends. I don't remember how many friends I had before. I had 1. Bill was
Hi.
friend. Hi.
I'm friends with everyone that wants to be friends with me. I'm not sure Rowena wants to be friends with anyone.
Yay! I got 1 friend. Sorry, 2 friends. 1 not quite friend. Not quite. Not quite
Really?
friend, and 1 not
Jackson
friend.
could be your friend. And Ellie's gonna grab his hand.
Yeah. When did you pick this guy up?
We picked him up down below. He's kind of
yeah.
a guide.
Ah. Sure. Yeah, I'm definitely your friend. He kind of leans out Ellie. Is he depressed?
Ellie's gonna squeeze his hand tightly. It's like, be nice.
He looks sad.
Probably. Pretty sure he is.
Hey, where's your parents, little guy? Where's your family? He's like, oh, they abandoned me when I was a child.
Oh, just like us.
He just got jabs you in the shoulder.
Ow!
Newt looks at you, goes, we're the same.
Yeah.
I haven't met somebody
we're
who
the
was abandoned before.
Yep.
Technically, she was left with someone.
Oh, I wasn't.
This is
I was
true.
left on a rock.
Yeah, my parents are dead. How do you think I feel?
Wait, the same. Wait, are my parents dead?
Probably not.
Oh,
If you're
They-
abandoned on a rock, dude, the
Oh.
more likely they're alive.
I guess they just don't like me. That's okay.
Probably.
Only you guys do.
Bill gives him a thumbs up.
I tolerate you.
Man, she already likes you more than me.
What? I
It's
tolerate
not
you
the
too.
first time. It wouldn't be the first time I befriend people just to keep them alive in this group. So
Hi,
you're
how
fine
you
here.
doing?
Jackson looks
There's
so
only one person you have to do
concerned.
that for, Ellie.
Yeah, it's me.
Just saying.
Jackson
Look.
looks so many levels of concerned, and he's like, do any of you have good, like, social anything?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm very well
You
socialized.
do.
I'm a tiefling that grew up in a human settlement. Take a guess.
I grew up with a hermit and who was a heavy alcoholic.
I went to school. and I went and I joined the army, and I have lots of friends. I'm good.
My entire
I don't
group
think I
from
need to
childhood,
explain myself.
my entire group from childhood that I can basically consider my family, either died or was left behind.
I had
Oh, and
parents, so I was raised.
I was abandoned as well.
I think
We're
I'm
just
the
a
only
group
stable
of
one.
abandoned people. Oh,
What do you
except
mean?
her.
I'm fine. I'm the pillar of raised in a
What?
family in this group.
Okay. Yeah, Jackson, I think we need to go. I'm
How
tired.
how
You
is
might
the
have to
one
carry
who was
me.
raised in the Elven Citadel the only one mentally stable?
Correction. Well, technically, I did have my parents, but I didn't have my parents. It's a weird thing being a College of Spirits bard. You meet a lot of dead people.
Oh, interesting.
I'm
Yeah,
so
they get-
sorry, Bill. Are you okay?
Actually, I'm probably one of the more functional people in this group.
Wow.
There's a reason I'm so jokative. It's because
Please don't softly pat Ellie on the back and just go, "Why didn't you have me here sooner? I'm so sorry."
Honey, maybe if you didn't get, mentally trapped in Mercy, we would have gone on this journey together. Actually, no, this
Look.
happened because you were gone.
Look, I'm just saying, when a god possesses your brain, there's not much you can do about it.
Actually, I live with them.
But they
She
don't
does.
possess your brain.
But I can talk to them.
There's a third
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, okay, but the
Oh.
third one I was born with.
I was wondering why you had white hair, and he just starts fiddling with your hair.
Yeah, I kind of wonder what it'd be like if I didn't have that third god. I'd probably look more like Rowena.
We could splash mud in your hair.
Ah, there we go. See how I look with brunette hair?
Guys, we need a splasher with mud.
Rowina's looking at her
yes.
hair. It's not mud color, though. It's kind of nice. Pink.
I know, your hair is like trees,
Sorry
but we
about
can't
the best
splash it with trees.
Sorry about the best potion I got for her appearance changing at the moment. It would make her grow up a set of animal ears and a tail for a couple
That'd be
hours.
fun.
We're gonna go
Alright,
see
so back to the bar
Ezekiel.
before I start having weird mindsets. And he just don't
Yeah.
start walking.
Ellie's
I'm
gonna
already
run over and
walking.
grab his hand.
he's walking faster.
Imagine if I had a tail and ears.
Excuse you.
What?
Ellie's gonna chase after him. No.
Wait, you mean you don't
no, we're not
already have a
playing this
tail?
shit.
Wait, you don't already have a tail? Well, you just said
I don't think
just jogging after
so.
them.
I thought he had, like,
You
a
might
bird
have
tail.
tail feathers.
Oh, those are just my butt feathers.
I mean, I
Well,
guess you could
butt
try it if
Oh
you're.
my gosh.
I mean, I guess you could try it if it's really that much of an interest to you, but
But I mean, you
Well,
have to have
butt
ears to
feathers.
hear, right? So you have
Uh,
ears in there somewhere.
Oh, you mean my holes?
Uh, yeah,
Gosh.
yeah, like a bird. You know?
Yeah, birds
Yeah.
have holes for ears.
Yeah.
See? As Bill just like lifts up a finger, you can see the bird ear hole.
Oh.
okay, so I actually phrased this wrong. Above game, apparently this potion doesn't actually make you grow a tail; it just makes you grow the ears.
God.
That's
No,
just sad.
Bill with ears would be horrifying.
Calm
How
down.
do you-
It's either rabbit or cat.
Yeah, bird with rabbit cat ears is terrifying.
I think that would be endearing in a way.
So y'all eventually head back into the out of the mines, and of course the doors open for you, and then the small little bean who's like, I think I say it was like 2'5" or something, so slightly taller than Bill, hulks out and closes the door, turns back, and he just gives you all a nod. Jackson still looks concerned by him, but he's not gonna pay too much mind.
I have something I must do.
Oh.
Because Bill hasn't had anything to drink in a while. He's gonna look at the tiny man and go, "Do you have anything to drink?"
Oh wait, what voice did I use for him? I used I think I
You had
used
a high
child
voice
voice. High voice. Yes. he's kind of like shove his lance into the ground, which, by the way, it's a full-sized lance, so this thing's like 6 feet tall. He shoves into the ground next to him. He reaches into his bag. Let's see. Your alcoholic cup?
Yes.
Right. We have
Remember, you had me sign a thing. Is he okay?
Oh, you only knew?
Yes, you had me sign a thing. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Long day.
Very long day. Yes, I have
Okay.
I sleep here. Let's see. Well, we have. He pulls out a very large bottle. It's about the size of his head. It has no label, by the way. Death. He pulls out another one. Life. Love. Alcohol.
Just gonna grab the one that he's called alcohol.
Good choice. And he starts putting the rest of them into his bag. That's
you.
one I use when I got a really bad day. You know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Good drinking. Yeah.
Bill just pops it open, takes a sip, walks away.
It's some strong motherfucking shit. It's kind of like almost like water
He better
compared
be
to some of
nonsense
the.
again.
It's kind of like compared to water, compared to the shit that you've drank in the last fucking week. But I mean, it's like 180 proof.
I almost expect Cindy to he was like, I take a drink, and then Cindy goes, roll Constitution.
Right? I
I'll
was
keep
waiting
you on
for
your
that. I was like,
toes
oh,
for
great,
it. Don't
he's gonna
worry.
go yell at the gods
Okay.
now.
Okay, I would like to point out the fact that I've had that happen already because I drank rat poison with a king.
Yeah. Like
True.
twice now. You've done 3 times now, I think.
Yeah, something like that. And my character's reaction was, man, this crap tastes bad. Stop trying to poison me and give me something that's poisoning me.
Yeah, the shit you just drank, it's almost straight alcohol. Like, it's almost straight up rubbing alcohol, but it's just slightly flavored with other shit. Again, compared to the dragon nut wine, it's basically water, but it's pretty strong alcohol.
Bill just starts walking along. I have booze again. I have been replenished.
Alright,
Maybe
so you guys
Ellie should try some of his drinks that she has in her bag.
immediately rolls con saves.
That would be very entertaining.
So you guys eventually start heading your way down to the tavern. Not like by the time you guys pass the blacksmith spot, you guys can already hear the uproarious sounds from the tavern. Not even getting like halfway to the tavern, do you guys hear so much noise coming from it?
Do you think we should pass by this tavern for the night?
What do you guys think?
I mean, it's no different from anything else we do.
I thought we needed to speak with Ezekiel.
Ezekiel's probably the reason why it's so loud.
True. Same with
Though
Bill,
I do
though.
need to talk to though I do need to talk to the blacksmith for another sending stone.
Is this something you don't want to split up again over?
Yes. If I can
It's
make
literally
sure
just
this
like across the
stupid-
street.
No. Rowena, I
Yes.
will hog tie you. I do not want this group splitting up again. No. I'm over it. We're done with that stupid charade we played in the freaking cavern. No. We're each gonna have a sending stone, and if anyone has another complaint about it, can happily fight me. Okay?
Question
Thank
with
you.
what?
Bill,
With what?
I will dump your alcohol that's in my bag.
Ooh.
So do you want to die? Because I will kill a hoe over my
Touch
alcohol.
me,
Don't you try this.
feathers.
Don't you try.
I don't know. I asked with what. You didn't say. You said fight. You didn't specify with what. Are we fist
With
fighting?
whatever
Are we
you
weapon-
got.
I'm not stabbing you with my holy sword.
Oh.
Well, then we could do rock, paper, dagger.
What is rock paper? What is rock paper dagger? I've heard rock paper scissors. Do I have enough fingers?
Oh my
for
gosh,
rock,
yeah,
paper,
scissors
dagger?
are here. This world isn't there.
Go looks at it. Do I have
My
enough
brain.
fingers for that game?
Yes.
Okay.
Dex is just like, I mean, I guess. Yeah, probably.
You can make a dagger with your hand. You just
Either way, no. If people have a complaint about how this team is going to be a team and stick together and not get lost,
Not my
you can
fault.
deal with me.
I'm
Rowena.
sure we won't get lost,
What?
probably.
I don't get lost. It's literally my
I will
job to not
literally
get lost.
I will literally have everyone hold on to a piece of rope as we're walking.
But I feel like that'd be very hard for me to do with everyone else's general height.
But what if we let go of the rope?
Honey,
Then I could probably grab
I will
it.
pin you.
I don't
Kinky.
think you can.
I can certainly try. Just know you will hold on to the rope if we resort to that.
Do I need to bring up how many times she's escaped using that cloak?
That's
Oh my gosh. It's a good thing I already have white hair.
I only poke fun because you make it fun.
Fair enough.
How is that
It's
fun
fine.
getting yelled at?
She's not yelling. She's stressed
It's
out
not.
and she's sitting there trying to figure out my mental gymnastics.
Wait, so stressing people out is fun,
Poking fun with people is fun.
but stressing them out
It's
is
very situational. Like
fair.
this little bantering, I do with Jackson a lot, especially when we were back at the forest.
Still kind of lean over and whisper to Rowena. Yeah, I have no idea how you how to survive this. Typically, I just kind of keep going back and forth, and eventually she either leaves or she hits me.
I mean,
It's a weird love language.
okay.
see? It's fine.
No.
Did I take a long
Anyways,
rest?
so we going inside or we staying outside?
I mean, I've already got a bottle of booze and I want more.
We're gonna have to poke our head in either way. We are waiting for somebody.
That's fair.
Yep.
So you guys start making your way inside. Can I switch? Can I switch? There you are. And we get to
Hey, did
use
I take
this
a-
map.
Did I take a long rest before?
I don't think you guys have taken a long rest just yet, aside from Rowena.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was just wondering because I'm down a lot of spell slots.
Oh yeah, I know.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I have 2 left.
Oh, trust me, I'm aware.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Oh, I'm aware. So, you guys walk into this area, and I get to use this map. It's one I haven't been able to use it very much, but very nice one. And you guys walk in here. Now, this is not even close to how many actual people there are in the bar. Imagine if every single one of these little dots, of these little people, let me spread them out a little bit more, is like 6 people. There's a lot. The bar is filled, pretty much to the brim. And kind of at the top here is you guys recognize the dashing, roguish figure of Ezekiel as he's currently standing on top of a table and just kind of calling out, "Yeah, the president of the Alcoholics Club is here! Woo! All drinks for everyone! Not for my personal stash. It will kill you, and I do not apologize if it does."
Well, that would explain a few things.
People are just loud as shit. It's hard to hear each other. Though most of you guys have a fairly high perception, so only Oliver is having a really hard time hearing people.
So what's an intelligence caster?
So what'd you guys like to do?
I'm joining him on the table.
Nice. He looks down at you, quite a bit ways down, as he looks at you and says, "Bird friend, how are you doing?"
Bill holds up the big thing of booze he got, holds up his alcoholics thing, and just starts screeching.
Yeah! He's gonna pull out a bottle that honestly, even you can't recognize what kind of bottle this is, and as he uncorks the top, you can smell how strong this shit is. It makes the stuff you're drinking smell like water. And your stuff is almost pure alcohol. As he's like, yeah, drink your worries away. Go, 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 go. And he drinks like half the bottle. Woo!
Bill's gonna join him and turn around to the group and go, "Found him!"
This makes way more sense than it should.
At some point, the ceiling for how alcoholic alcohol can be is gonna peak, right?
At some point, I mean, like you have to make it spicy alcohol at this point. You know, you gotta make it special alcohol. Normal alcohol, Bill it doesn't even taste like alcohol anymore to Bill.
Like every time we encounter alcohol in this like thing, like you always describe it like, this is the alcohol of dreams. This is more alcohol-y than any alcohol that is ever alcohol. And then this just keeps happening.
True.
Like, when is it gonna peak? When are we gonna get the most alcohol-y?
Bill has made one of the most alcoholic drinks that is known to this planet so far.
Like, we have crossed the horizons. There is nothing
When we
beyond that
combine
horizon.
all the
but
dragon
emptiness.
alcohols to make the dragon alcohol, not a dragon alcohol, not dragon soul, not dragon body. I'm just talking dragon alcohol.
My God.
Because it's dragging you across the floor.
Gotta kill an entire dragon for that kind of drink.
No, we just gotta combine all of them.
Oh God!
I've given a dwarf alcohol that literally carries the alchemical combination to create liquid death, and he just downed the entire thing in one go, and still is up and active.
My God. We're
Normal
gonna reach the
alcohol
end.
means nothing.
At some
But
point.
Bill has in fact made one of the most alcoholic drinks on the planet so far, and it almost killed him. Got real close to killing him. It threw him into another plane of existence.
I'm waiting for us to meet like the biggest baddest guy, and like it's gonna be like them and Bill, and they'll just be like, before Eldon does, I challenge you to a drinking contest, and they'll like pull out like a bottle of the most alcohol, and then that's just gonna be how Bill dies. It'll
It'd
be like a
very
noble
poetic.
death. I know, right?
I love the idea you guys fight like the biggest, baddest BBAG I could possibly come up with. He shares a drink with him, and they both just instantly keel over and fight to the death inside of a spirit realm.
I want that to happen.
3 drinks that Bill has created now, I think.
Only
No,
one
2
of them
drinks he
sends you to a
created.
different plane of existence. One of them just kills you. Or
We
tries
combine
to.
all of them.
Oh God.
Powers
Oh
combined.
no.
Be wonderful.
Don't.
When powers combine, maybe the gods will leave Ellie.
If you're trying to make something that'll kill even Ezekiel, there you go.
Yep.
There's only so many levels that one person can get to with magical alcohol before they just die.
Well, you know, Rowena needs to somehow get the gods out of Ellie. Well, God.
Hey,
Slowly
she has a
starts
plan.
poisoning Ellie.
Pokey with the thing. See if that works.
Yay.
But yeah, so Ezekiel is
That'll
just
be fun.
drinking something that smells alcoholic to Bill, that is putting his damn near actual actual just pure alcohol to shame. And they're both just drinking, have a good time. Dwarves are laughing, smiling. You guys are also, by the way, taller than almost every person in this bar. as a human standing at the bar, but aside from that, everyone else is short. Except for Bill. Bill can't see over anyone.
Sweats in 5'11".
Everyone but Bill can see at least twice the height of almost everyone here, so.
Oh dang, and I've got a crimson red skin. I stand out like a sore thumb here.
Just a little. So what'd you guys like to do? You guys have now found Ezekiel. Jackson just kind of wanders to the side, finding a semi-free table, you know? Don't worry, guys.
I'm
I'll
gonna talk to
Rude.
Ezekiel.
pick a spot for us. Okay.
Rude.
I'm gonna like go over to like Rowena before she goes over to the people's and just whisper, "Do you think pickpocketing people here is that bad person things or is that good person things?"
I think it's neutral.
Cool. All right.
It's not.
I'll drop
It's
this
neither
place
good nor bad.
The moment that you say, "I think it's
God.
about neutral," she's just like, "Okay, all right, thank you." Uh,
Coming to
Oh.
Marina for moral guidance? Okay.
well, you know.
Roll me that sleight of hand. See how it works. With advantage because the situational.
Yeah.
It's neutral. There could be
Very
bad
neutral.
people here. You know?
Yeah, no, that's true. Good fucking god, you did not need that advantage, but okay. You do what you do best, which is you walk around, you accidentally bump into someone about half your size, or a little bit taller than half your size, and manage to sneak your hand into their pockets. You're not really sure the exact way you're doing this, but they're so drunk that you're fairly certain you could have taken off their pants and they wouldn't have noticed. At least half of them. Also, I mean, it's Ezekiel giving them drinks, so they could probably die and they wouldn't know us. So you just start pickpocketing a bunch of people. We're gonna give you a good old that they're all kind of poor, as it turns out. So about 4 gold.
Well,
Yeah,
should really
apparently
note
all their
this
money
down
is
on
going
my-
towards the drinks that's causing them to get drunk as shit. So
I should really note some of this down like on my character sheet rather than like random notes app.
yeah,
I
you
have,
have a
like,
lot of
3
money. I think I put down all of
Yeah.
your platinum, but I could be wrong.
My notes app says that I have 370 platinum, 31 gold, copper, and some amount of silver. Okay, it just says silver, so I'm assuming there's 0 silver.
Ah, yeah, I think you spent some of your platinum on maybe your lyre or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not update that, so your one is more recent.
No. I spent money on my bag of holding.
Ah, that's what it is. Yeah, I didn't update that, so your one's more recent, so just replace the current one. You got this.
No, my bag of holding?
No,
Wait,
the
what?
amount of money, because you said 370, your character sheet says 400, so your one is more recent.
Oh, okay.
Slap
Wait,
that on
where's
there.
that on?
It's at
where-
the bottom of the inventory page.
Oh, okay. 370.
Okay.
30.
Anyways, yeah, so Rumania, you going up to Ezekiel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Bill, because I think Bill's the one who has the stuff that Ezekiel needs.
Oh yeah, he does. Forgot about that. Alright. Yeah, so you walk up to him, he looks down at you and just, yo.
I don't know if you want to talk about this in the middle of everything, but the bird boy has the stuff you need to make the stuff. That's how she'll say it.
Bird boy guy. No offense, I honestly forget your name. I wonder if it's the alcohol. Probably. Anyways, you wanted man, this alcohol really is affecting me. Jesus. What'd you want?
We want.
Oh, he went BRB.
Oh.
He looks at Runa. What'd you want?
We
You
wanted
want,
stuff
like-
to kill a god, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. He legitimately is just looking off to the side now, just staring at the ground. The bottle slowly tipping and pouring onto the table.
Rowena will dip a finger in and like sniff it.
you take a sampling of the alcohol that's slowly pouring out of his container.
Yeah, just sniff it. Make sure it's not poisonous or anything other than with the alcohol.
You smell it, and the sheer smell of it, it pretty much slaps you in the face. How familiar are you with alcohol?
It depends on the alcohol. I think I'd be okay with wines. Like fine wines, I think my
Ooh.
parents would have.
Oh boy, roll me a con save.
I'm just sniffing it.
Yeah.
I'm sniffing it.
This is the kind of alcohol that, like, vodka tends to be 30 proof. I think. No, 60 proof. It's about 30%. And
I had a nat 20.
Aw. Oh yeah, because you have disadvantage.
Roll again.
I got 15.
But yeah, so vodka roughly has 30% alcohol, and the alcohol that Bill has in his hands is about 80% alcohol. It's like water compared to what Ezekiel has.
Okay, I have
So-
returned.
Hi. So as he's kind of looking off to the side, he's kind of pouring the alcohol onto the table because he's just fucking out. And the alcohol kind of pours down. You dip a finger in it, kind of smell it. The very smell of it is like slapping you so hard you're spinning. Your entire world starts to spin. You just got secondhand drunk off of the smell of alcohol. That's how potent this shit is. This is magically potent alcohol. Fine wines is like, compared to the alcohol that Bill has in his hands, fine wine is like dirt water. Compared to what Ezekiel
Grape juice.
has, it's like rainwater from the cleanest pond on this planet is the potency difference. You are spinning. You're not
Can I
not
grab the
unconscious
bottle at
though.
least?
You're
Oh,
welcome to
no.
lift the bottle out of his hands if you want to.
And
He
just
is
get it away from him.
yeah, he's shot. Like he's staring at the ground. The ball's kind of tip it. You're welcome to grab it from him.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Come on, dude.
Okay.
You were supposed to help us.
Huh? Huh?
You got drunk and you're supposed to be helping us.
Ah. Bird, what do you want?
We wanted some of that deity suppressing bands.
Depression. What? Oh.
Suppression.
Yeah,
Though, to be fair, most things are quite depressing.
I'm sure I can make you some of that. Let me see. He like reaches into his bag. Oh, where's my furnace? No, that's not. Damn Betsy. Wait, this is how I got my hand stuck in a jar last time.
Well, maybe you shouldn't do that.
Huh?
Maybe you shouldn't get off the table. You're gonna take
Alright,
out a
I'm on a
furnace in the middle of
table.
a bar?
It'll
that-
be fine.
Are you sure? Cause like
It'll only
alcohol
light
is
most of the
flammable.
bar on fire. Like the ground. Who needs the ground?
Hold up, let him cook. Let's see where this goes.
No,
I'm curious to see how injured he makes himself.
it's not just him. This place is crowded.
Ah, yeah, there's other people in here. They would all
Hold on.
die.
Hold up, I got this. Hey, everybody! Ezekiel's pulling out his furnace for some reason.
Every person in the bar immediately does the exact same movement. They all raise their honestly mugs, I guess, of alcohol, and they all throw them into the air. The entire area just gets slathered with beer. Woo!
Well, that didn't go as I expected. I'm pretty sure the dwarves don't care if they light on fire.
Alcohol! As Zuko like looks around, he's very drunk. I mean that like he drank half the bottle and he is fucking wasted. He's like, oh my god, they're celebrating. More alcohol for everyone.
No, not right now.
Woo! Party time, baby. Woo!
Off the table. Come on. Come on.
Well, I'm on the table.
Yeah.
Huh. He kind of like steps over onto thin air and slams his face into the ground.
Is he unconscious?
I'm alive.
I was hoping you'd be unconscious.
Yeah, but I'm just picturing this, like, whispers that. Bill's just next to her, he just looks at her. I didn't know you cussed.
What do you mean?
That was the quietest F-bomb I've ever heard. Are you worried that he's not going to be able to do the thing? I'm pretty sure even drunk he could do most things, given Ellie's saying. I haven't seen him much, so I don't know much about him.
Alright, guys. What was I doing? Ooh, alcohol. He
You're
just
walking
starts licking
outside.
the ground.
No. Stop it. Stand up.
Hold up, I got this. Let the alcoholic deal with the alcoholic. It'll be fine, trust me. Bill's gonna lean over to him. Hey, buddy.
I
If you get
don't
that
remember your
thing-
name, bird buddy.
You don't need to. I'm an alcoholics member. We don't need to remember each other's names. It's fine.
Alright, number 2.
That a boy. Anyway, Ellie's got a new alcohol that I made when I was drunk.
What?
What you need to... Yeah. It takes you to a spirit dimension.
What?
What I need you to do is walk over to her and make her what she needs, and we'll trade you some of it.
I want to see dimensions. Have you seen the time knife?
What's a time knife? No.
Bruh.
Can you hand me the time knife?
No, you walk on the time knife.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway, as Bill's gonna like try to like hoist him up somewhat.
I'm
He like
letting the
kind of
alcoholic
leans
deal
on
with the
you.
alcoholic.
He kind of like leans on you, and he's much heavier than you.
I have a solution.
Uh-huh.
As soon as he leans on me, I'm going to push him towards Ellie.
What? Wait, I'm in the way. Hold on.
You know how like
Uh-huh.
and as Bill pushes him, he's gonna go, "You're an airplane," or wait, "You're a bird."
It's like, I'm a bird. Let's see how dexterous he is on. Do. Hey, he starts stumbling his way. He's like, bird.
Remember, flap your
bird.
wings.
Flap, slap, slap.
That should make
slap.
him. You know, Bill's just gonna watch. Yeah, that somehow works for some reason. Don't ask me why.
Like,
I had to do it a lot when I was a kid.
he bounces off some tables after slamming his face, and so he slaps several patrons in the face. Eventually ends up at Ellie. He's like, what was your name again?
I'm your god. You should remember me.
Bean.
It's Grumble's
What is
kid.
it you want? Grumble's kid.
Rubina comes over. Rubina comes over.
No,
Oh,
number
no!
2.
I didn't mean to X out of that.
No, number 2 is it? God,
What's going
I can drink
Rowena,
to
what's
see
happening?
different universes.
That's cool, I think. Anyway.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how to make the bracelets or something
yeah, I
that
can make
can
those.
get rid of gods, you know?
Easy
yeah,
peasy.
you can do that. You can do
Yeah.
that now.
Oh,
being
yeah,
drunk.
easy peasy. Yeah. I need to
Okay.
find my furnace. Oh, we can find a furnace. That'd be much easier than finding mine. Betsy and my bag don't like me touching it.
Okay.
Do
Yeah.
we have a furnace in this town?
Yeah, we do.
Ah.
Right, Ellie.
Nice.
Yes, we do.
There's a furnace like right across the
However-
way.
Yes, there is. Do you want me to help with him?
That'd be great.
I doubt he's gonna try to exercise the god out of me in this state, so.
I want to go in a different dimension.
I'm pretty
Bill-
sure. Fuck me. I'm pretty sure Bill would not. Bill doesn't usually share his alcohols.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
good.
he said I can drink much of that one. Yes.
Give him a cup because I think that's as much as he'll probably survive. He'll maybe make something stronger so that I have something to add to it.
Why would?
I have death.
What if it kills him? Also, I don't want any more people arguing with the gods. I will have to deal with it later.
I can't
Ellie?
die, silly Bean. Your name was Bean, right?
Ellie, isn't he the one who brews the stuff that tries to kill your grandpa?
That
You're right. Okay.
son of a
Ellie's
bitch won't die.
Let's see
You
how
know-
immortal you are, Ezekiel. And I'm going to grab a cup and start pouring him a cup of the lovely drink Bill drank at
The dragon
Circadia.
spleen.
the dragon spleen?
Probably.
While you're doing that, Oliver is going to put like a bottle containing a clear fluid on the table and slowly slide it over towards you.
Do you want me to mix this in there too?
He looks at her just slowly nods. Hey, Sin, I cast Lesser Restoration.
Nice.
Oh no.
Oh, that's gonna be a weird mixture. Oh boy. Ezekiel's gonna go through some shit today.
Just immediately clear out the alcohol in one quick drink.
Oh boy. Alright, so wait, which one do you give? Do you give him the death alcohol, or do you give him the alcohol that Bill made from the dragon?
Oh no, we don't have death alcohol anymore. I gave that to the king.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, we still do. I thought.
Oh.
Remember, Bill has a flask that is specifically made for those alcohols.
Yeah, so we have the one from Circadia that Bill made, and then we have the dragon spleen one. We have the dragon nut wine one. We have 3 alcohols that belong to Bill right now. 2 of them
Jesus
sent him
Christ.
to a different dimension. We also have whatever's in Bill's flask.
God damn. Which one do you want filling the cup of?
Someone roll a d4.
I'll do it.
Get it?
Cool.
Number 1.
Go for the most lethal one.
Circadia as it is.
Alright.
Oh,
Jesus
great. It's
Christ.
the yeah. So Ellie grabs the bottle from Circadia and
Mhm.
pours him a cup of that alcohol that
No.
sent Bill to the gods the first time around.
Nice, nice. Not quite as strong as the dragon one, but still do the trick. And so you mix in the lesser restoration at the same time. And as you give
Yep.
it to him, he chugs the entire cup. I mean, like, not like chug. I mean, like, he drinks the entire thing like it's a shot. And like that's like 8 ounces or so. And so he downs the entire fucking thing. And you see he, how do I explain this properly? So he chugs the entire thing, and his entire body convulses. And he slams into the ground, stands back up, goes, woo! And then falls over again before standing back up and goes, I have a fully sane mind, and I'm fairly certain I just saw Death himself.
Sounds
Ugh.
about right.
God. How did you put in that? How the hell? How am I functioning? Some pretty good stuff. That's the aftertaste of my spleen. Don't ask how I know what my spleen tastes like.
Honestly, with you magic users, I don't think any of us would understand anyway. Sure, some store hurts a bottle. Lesser cure-all. Helps with poisons and intoxication.
Honestly, very impressive. He then pulls out his notebook. How do you make it?
Oh, well, just pulls out his notes and just like, I'm just gonna see where he's just like sitting here for like the next 5 minutes, and he's just
he just like stares at it, starts writing it down. It's like, oh, I see, and then you do. Oh, okay, so so you do a mixture of that. Ah, I see. This reminds me of my days when I was a part-time alchemist. Good stuff. Good stuff.
No kidding. Maybe we should exchange Fallout notes later on.
Yeah, I need my other book for that. I have to find it. Why the fuck am I writing this? My barbarian note. God fucking damn it. No, whatever. Always grab the wrong one. He shoves back in his bag. So, sorry about that. I forgot that alcohol really does number on you. So, how can I help you folks today? I haven't seen you guys in, Does it count if does it count seeing each other if we talk by a sending stone?
Yeah.
No.
Alright, I haven't seen you guys for quite some time then.
Not since, crap, what was it called? Not since Citadel, anyway.
Yeah. Did you ever guys find out any information on that? I wasn't particularly very helpful. I do apologize for that.
Honestly, I'm just satisfied that I managed to come to some level of details for our treatment.
I'm so glad to hear that. Did you meet the name of the doctor down there was?
Unfortunately, yes.
He's a good folk. Very nice. He's been around for quite some time. And his studies are fascinating. Well, I was trying to become, I suppose part-time doctor, but also like part-time alchemist, and I guess kind of also part-time butcher. I learned a lot from him.
Yeah, I'll just say there's a reason that alchemy fell out of favor for all those years ago.
Anyway, so you guys need something to kill a god or restrain a god, or was it both?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know what they have planned, but based on what it sounds like, it has regards to the gods. I doubt it has any regards to finding out what this third one is inside me.
So murder? I could do with murder. And he kind of like looks around the group. Murdering gods?
That's what I thought we were doing.
I mean, that's my goal. At least one of them.
Huh?
Well, then, yes. We're murdering the gods after we get the war solved.
Nice. I can totally accomplish that goal with you guys, as long as you have the ultra rare material of God's tears. I severely doubt you guys find some. Even I've only found like maybe a pound of it in the last like 2 centuries, you know? But yeah.
That's adorable.
I'm sorry?
That's adorable.
What you mean, Mr. Bertrand? Number
Bill
2?
pulled out the leftovers. I have this much currently. I had more before.
This is the very first time you've ever seen him legitimately speechless.
The rest of it made my sword. 2 pounds of it are both given both to the fire giants and the dwarves, so they have equal amount both. And this is what's left over after making my sword.
Damn. Wait, I'm sorry. Did you just say you stopped the entire war down there over, finding the ore?
Technically, they both have equal amounts, so it's either going to be a fight for it, or they're just not going to care about each other anymore. One of the two.
Fascinating. Also, kind of sucks because they were digging down there, and then I would sneak in and grab their stuff. But now I don't have to, I guess.
I mean, yeah. I've used up what I needed out of it, so you can use it to make the things that we need.
Cool. I'll take about... How many do you want? I want, like, 2.
Ah.
I don't know. This is everyone else's thing. I didn't even hear about what they needed from you.
See, I know we have... I mean, how many paladins are there?
Oh, boy. There's a lot. Man. He kind of, like, looks off to the side for a second. There's at least 2. Maybe 3. Man, I'm supposed to count my brother. Yeah, probably 3. No, it's like 1, the Citadel, then my brother. Yeah. Did I not tell you guys that when I gave you guys the palette, the necklace thing?
Yes, you did.
Would that count the one that we just put a bracelet on and sent on
You guys
his
met
way
another
to?
one?
Yeah, he was hiding out on the volcano.
Oh, that's where he went. Yeah, so 3 if you count my brother.
So 2 then.
Oh, sweet.
Wait. What didn't he say that one of them probably would immediately commit suicide if we ever put one of these things on him?
I do remember that.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. I've met him, and I'll keep him from doing that.
Alright, well, I'll make you guys 2. Don't worry about it. He kind of looks into his bag. You guys do notice this is indeed a specialized bag of holding. As he looks into it, he goes... Alright, well, we can either wait until, Mr. Feisty in there, he speaks into his bag, lets go of my fucking furnace, which might take a while, or we can find another one.
Is that a bag of devouring?
Oh, no, it's, I have a... I don't know what you would call it. It's like
Spicy
a big
kid.
skeleton.
Oh, hold on. I got this. Show me your bag.
Okay. Kind of like tilts it towards you.
You said it's a big skeleton?
Yeah, it's like 30 feet tall.
Is it technically alive?
Yes and no. It's kind of what happened when I decided to experiment with necromancy for a little bit. You know,
What's its name?
I call him Feisty or McFucker. Depends on how annoyed I am. Sometimes
What
call
do
him
you
little
call it?
shit.
Which is the most friendly name?
Probably Feisty? Hold on. Hey, Feist! Ow, fuck! And, like, he gets pelted by, like, a bone that, like, flicks off his head. Ugh.
Oh, okay. Bill's just gonna poke his head. Hey, you want some dragon bones if you give us the furnace?
It's a moment of silence. And then Ezekiel throws his bag to the side as a giant, like, probably 5 foot tall furnace pops out of his bag and slams into the ground.
I totally thought someone was about to die when you said moment of silence.
It's a moment of silence before death.
Oh my gosh.
Bill's just gonna walk over to his bag, pull out some of the dragon bones that we have left, and just chuck them in his bag.
It's just slowly close it. Right, so that was the strangest way I've ever seen somebody get one of my items. You guys are a fascinating group, you know that?
Well, you tend to get a lot more when you're friendly with folks rather than mean.
Really? Yeah.
This is true.
I just call him an asshole. Though he's never really responded well to that. I mean, I did resurrect him. Technically, as a amalgamation of bones that I resurrected. I was beginning, learning the subject. Although he can't die now, so I guess that's a problem. Off topic. Hey, he sits down in front of his furnace and he starts working with it. He's like, alright. So it's gonna take like half an hour or so. I can forge it. It's been a long time since I was a part-time blacksmith, so don't worry about it too much. But yeah,
You
it's
need an accelerant?
sure.
I'm gonna hand him a bottle of Alchemist Fire.
Ooh, haven't seen one of these in 60 years, probably something like that.
You know, considering these things, had a very corrupt noble at one point use these things for torture, I cannot say I'm surprised.
Yeah, those are some fun days. Except when you're on the receiving end of it, in which case, not as fun. You just don't throw the bottle into the furnace as it lights up with a massive burst of flame. Nice. Whew,
Yeah,
hot.
I'll just say there's more reasons than one, and then alchemy fell out of favor.
Yeah.
And ironically, most of the time didn't actually involve the alchemists that were being serious.
Well, yeah, when you start lighting things on fire, you get very used to the whole burning concept. Except when you get lit on fire, then it sucks way more. And he just like sticks his hand with the ore into the furnace and just plops the ore into honestly what looks more like a mug than it does any cylinder or anything like that that would usually contain this kiln. And he just like sticks into the fire and he's like, alright. Well, while waiting for that to melt. Yeah, anything you guys want to ask me about my journeys? Or your journeys, I guess? I guess your journeys could be important.
I have a question.
Yes?
Do you know how to plane travel?
That's a very concerning question. Technically, yes.
What do you mean technically?
Well, if I plane travel, then there is a 70% chance that my god will rip my soul out of my body to throw it back onto this plane of existence, and I will be cursed to have untold quantities of torture for the rest of, honestly, my perceivable existence, and then eventually I'll come back to this plane of existence after my horrible torture, and then be forced to do his bidding.
That sounds like that sounds something warlock related.
Something similar, yeah.
But you know how to plane travel.
Yes.
Teach me.
Do you know how to return someone from the planes?
No, I know how to move myself from plane to plane. I don't know if I can teach you, honestly. Do you have any experience with extraplanar activities? Do you know what it's like to be in multiple dimensions at the same period of time?
Does dimensional door count or being so drunk that you're talking to Paylor and Char?
Allie's gonna cover her
Huh.
face in disappointment.
I was going to say, hey, I think I sent him to a demi-plane at one point, but then I guess he didn't really climb the rope trick.
Yeah, honestly, that's a lot more experience than I was expecting you to have. Do you know what it's like to be inside of a god's realm in your actual physical form?
I have not, but I have met the big dragon in the sky.
Yeah. He's a bit rude sometimes.
Yeah, he gave me my eyes.
Oh, well, that makes things a lot easier. Yeah, I could totally teach you. As long as you're fine with the possibility that your entire body and soul will be ripped into 1,000 pieces and pulled apart in mysterious ways that you'll be fully conscious for.
I'm a raging alcoholic. It can't get much worse.
You may need stronger alcohol.
Don't worry, we have
That
some.
can be arranged.
But I kind of need to know how to do it.
Wait, you had dragon bones.
Uh-huh.
Did you kill a dragon?
No. Well, kind of. Cause and effect.
Does that mean there's a dead dragon?
He walked through the dragon.
I'm immune to acid, apparently.
Wow. But more important, he puts his arms on your shoulders. Is there a dead dragon?
In my bag.
Like the entire dragon's in your bag?
As much of it as I could fit. The rest of it probably got scavenged by who knows what.
Okay, let me revise this. He looks you dead in the eyes. Where's the dragon corpse?
My bag.
No. What's left of the
I
dragon
am not
corpse?
drunk enough for this.
Well, she has a mug. What happened to the head? I know we put it in my bag. Did we use it for
I
anything?
don't care about the head. Where's the dragon penis?
What?
Ellie needs a drink. Ellie's getting a drink. Actually, Ellie might just reach in her bag.
Oh.
In like the most serious tone you've ever heard this man. He has you by the shoulder. He walked up to you, grabbed you by the shoulder, looks you dead in the eyes, and he's like, I need to know. I need to know.
Hey, Bill, didn't I make that wormhole potion like within view range of what was left of that dragon at that time?
I think so. Why?
Where did crap above game? I am blanking on names.
Well, it was near the Trail of Bloody Tears where the big dragon is.
Oh no, I'm talking about NPC names.
Oh. Which NPC?
Jackson? The
Yeah.
door?
Oh, yeah. Jackson's just up here.
Yeah, I gave the wormhole potion to Jackson. He wanted to use it as a stand-in to hide out as a.
So you're telling me if I go up to Jackson, he will give me a potion to take me to the dragon, and I can finally perfect my alcoholic drink trifecta?
So you have... Wait,
Maybe if it's
gosh.
still there.
wait, what are you trying to make?
So he pulls out a bunch of different bottles. I have the dragon nuts. I have the dragon heart. And actually I have the dragon brain too, but my one was kind of iffy, and the heart is also kind of iffy. But I need the dragon's penis, which for some reason always gets lost. I'm not really sure how. And also, more fucking importantly, I need its kidneys.
Okay, Ezekiel.
Yes.
I need you to go get me a keg and someone get me extremely intoxicated real quick. I got this.
Already on it. Ellie's grabbing the bottles and pouring a cup.
I
Just like
need
pulls
its
out the alchemy.
kidneys.
No.
Just like
Bill
pulls out the
slaps
alchemy.
Ezekiel across the face, grabs him. No, what you need is a very drunk Kenku who's very good at brewing.
Oh my god.
Just like,
Ellie
We
gives
can-
you the cup and is like, I don't know which bottle I grabbed from the bag, but here you go.
It doesn't matter.
just hands you the entire alchemical jug and his brewer supplies.
And all I need now is a keg. Ezekiel, you need to walk inside and get me the biggest keg you can muster.
Done. He walks and he goes, I need a keg! Oh, I swear to God, I will eat this building!
The
As
entire
Ellie,
thing?
Bill takes the drink
I'm
from
gonna
you.
go to Jackson and cry now.
Hey,
and hope
Ellie,
this is a dream.
Ellie, this isn't a dream.
Yes.
But I hope you know
Oh,
if
it
I
better be.
listen to the dumb Kenku who's about to make a drink that will even kill Ezekiel and maybe Grampy. If I
Bitch.
die, you were a great friend. And he's just gonna down
Oh.
the drink.
Oh. No, Bill!
Which one's number
fuck.
4? Which one's number 4?
I think that was the strongest one, the dragon one.
Bill, roll me
Dragon Soul
Constitution
one.
save!
Just a base one.
Yeah.
Hey, said I'm gonna flash him.
Oh boy.
Alright, that's a good
Oh
plan.
boy.
Or else he was
Oh,
about to have a very bad day.
That's still only a 14.
Good enough. You are beyond wiped in once. You can feel your heart stop for a second. Just straight up. You can feel your entire heart just go, nope. And then you start going up
Suddenly
again.
sees the god in Ellie.
You
Yeah.
see many
Yeah.
things.
Listen, like the moment Bill's heart stops, his claw just lightning, and all anyone hears is clear as he slaps himself in the chest with the lightning.
The fuck?
You see just as his entire body gets electrocuted. It's like, huh. You are beyond drunk. You are so drunk. You will not remember this day tomorrow.
As Bill starts setting up the alchemist supplies extremely sloppily, but he's doing it, or not the alchemist, the brewing supplies. You see the most confident look upon this bird's face, whether that's the beer or he's decided something, and you see him start organizing Ezekiel's drinks, and he's just sitting there like, "This is going to kill someone."
Ezekiel walks up to Jackson, and he goes, "Sir, this is of the utmost necessities. This is quite possibly the most important mission that anyone has ever gone in your entire lifetime. I do not believe I can overstate the importance of this request. I need that wormhole potion so that I can chop off a dragon's penis and also harvest its liver. The liver is actually more important, but god damn it, I have not found a good one to use in my alcohol, and it bothers the fuck out of me. I have OCD, and there's not enough dragons to feel this OCD. So I need that goddamn potion so I can steal its liver, maybe its heart as well. I mean, making another heart thing would be nuts. Also, it's nuts. People are just going wonders for the alcohol. But regardless, I need its liver, maybe its heart, maybe it's nuts, its penis, and I need its... he actually has its face. I can't really get its lips.
You need the kidneys?
What?
Didn't you? I thought you said you needed the kidneys.
Yes, I need the... Oh, and I need both! Thank you for reminding me. I honestly was mixing the two of them. And I guess it's tail. I don't know if a tail would be good for alcohol. Today is a day for experimentation! And Jackson, honestly, out of pure concern for his own livelihood, pulls out the potion and places it on the table, and then backs the fuck up. Just go, yeah, sure, buddy. You do you, sir. You.
Ellie's gonna go to Jackson and just sit next to him. It's like, I am so sorry. If you want, we can go run away right now.
I don't know what he needs, but I mean, if he's this passionate about dragon's liver and kidneys, and I guess it's penis too for some reason, I'm not gonna ask any questions, man.
Jackson wouldn't be this wimpy bitch.
When it comes to a man this passionate about a man's heart or a dragon's heart, when anyone asks about dragons, it's a whole different story. So he just kind of places it down. He just goes, yeah. Who the fuck do you associate with? As Ezekiel then disappears. I don't think I've ever heard a man that passionate about a dragon before. Or anything involved. Who do you deal... Why do you interact with people like... How have you survived? Is this your just day to day? Are you okay? Where's Bill? Is Bill okay?
Is this to Ellie?
Yes.
Okay. I'm really not okay. And honestly, the idea of escaping sounds a little more convincing right now.
Out the window or through the door?
Whichever one. However, I feel like they may need a medic. I don't know. Just... yeah. All I know is I'm sticking by you.
Everyone flips a platinum to Ellie and it's like, go shopping or something.
As you flip the platinum, you see every single head in the bar turn as the platinum flies across the bar and lands on Ellie's table.
If they come after me, I will hurt people.
I'm assuming you grab the platinum very quickly.
Honey.
Yes?
Can I do my poofy thing?
What poofy thing?
I feel like I'm being life threatened right now by everyone in the room.
No,
everyone
they aren't
shoots a
moving.
glare at everyone that looks that looks at the platinum.
Everyone immediately looks away. Someone has enough money to throw a platinum around. and they glare at you, they don't continue to glare at you.
This is where you were kidnapped before.
It's true.
Don't go flashing your money around.
Jackson just goes, yeah. Wait, you know what? We'll go shopping. You want that sending stone, right? Let's go sending stone. Let's go to sending
Let's
stone.
get the sending stone. I'm sure they won't notice us.
Yeah, I'm sure no one will. Trust me. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You start worrying about it, I'm gonna start getting very concerned. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
By the way,
honey, shut up or I will kiss you. Let's go. And Ellie gets up and goes.
Yeah, the moment you walk out the door, all you hear is as you just see Bill standing on the brewing supplies, holding up the bottles of Ezekiel's beer, just screeching.
You know, maybe I should go stop by the forest as well. I need to pick up that the collapsible cauldron.
Bill
Just that's what
is
I
in
started walking
pure
off.
insane brewer mode, and he's just pouring these alcohols into the brewer and flipping things. By the way, I do have a proficiency with brewing supplies.
Yeah. So,
I am not
Rowena,
surprised.
you're watching Bill honestly be more of a maniac than I think any person you've ever seen has been. And everyone else just left except for Averin. What's Rowena doing looking at this scene?
Honestly, don't.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. So I'm just you just don't go back and there's a bed. You can go rest while your teammates possibly kill themselves.
The bar is loud. How am I ever gonna go to?
Yeah.
Wait.
Hmm?
Why is Ellie leaving? Doesn't she not want to split the crew?
I will happily roll stealth for that. No, Ellie's disappearing.
You watch Ellie get pulled out by Jackson and go, wait a minute.
Yeah, no. Roll stealth for that because Rowena's very confused.
You know what? Wait,
Give
no,
me that
doesn't
stealth
he has
roll.
invisibility?
Jackson does not.
Doesn't he have that? Oh, I would have sworn he did. That's right, Dolores does. And
Yep.
Marina. I'm so mad. All my other characters have that.
My passive perception is 16.
Yep. What's your stealth, little lady? Do 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 do. Jeopardy music. I don't
Her
actually
passive
know the
stealth
names.
is 15.
Mm.
So I could see her just passive.
Yeah.
If you're actually going to try to sneak.
Ellie's going
Give me a second. I'm trying to pull it up. Yeah, Ellie's trying to sneak away. Is anyone noticing?
Alright, goodbye, guys. Bye. Sorry, guys. I won't interact with any of you right now.
Well, Ellie, that's unfortunate.
Oh my god. Alright. Did you guys pulled up, Ellie? Oh.
Yeah, it's loading right now. Hold on.
I thought you already had it up.
No, because I've been on my phone this whole time.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could have had me roll.
Nope. I don't trust. Nope.
You don't
I don't
trust
trust.
my
Nope.
buttons.
Nope. I don't.
Give me
It's
a nat
fine.
1. Give me a nat 1
I
if
would
you would
cry.
please.
What is this map you chose?
It's a tavern. Do you not like my tavern? I feel
It's
so
lovely,
hurt.
honey. It's okay.
It's okay.
I feel so injured. Yeah, take that 13.
Fuck you. advantage
for
because of
insulting my
Jackson, thank
tavern.
you. No. I would argue that the tavern is busy. No.
I'm standing outside doing like nothing. I'm gonna see you leave.
You were inside.
No,
I'm
she was
standing right here
outside.
though.
You
I
were
went
she-
outside with
outside?
Ezekiel.
She walked out with everyone as Ezekiel was
Ah.
pulling out his shit.
She just jumped out the window.
So she
As
just
he-
watches you leave.
Yeah, we just watches you get like pulling, being pulled and pulling Jackson as y'all just start walking down the road.
Is Bill here? Is Averin here? Like actually?
Bill is making. Bill is looking like a demon as he is crafting shit with brewer
the
supplies
alcohol.
on
Yeah.
top of a keg.
He saw
You know
them.
things. You
He
know
just-
things.
He's so drunk he doesn't care.
You
And
know things are
Afrin-
going.
I think Afrod's watching.
Yeah. No,
You know-
everyone's just like watching everything go down, feeling
Mhm.
very good about herself for having done a very generous deed.
Didn't she say she didn't want to split the group earlier?
Oh yeah. And that'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason I'm sticking around here. That was why I just stayed here. Make sure no one left. And there she goes.
Why don't you follow her?
Because you tend to wander off and you're in no state to be left alone.
I can't argue with that. But I'm busy waiting on Ezekiel, and I'm brewing. I ain't going anywhere.
It'll be all right, dear friend. They're just going shopping. I made sure of that.
You guys see a flash of light before. Woo! It just Ezekiel pops out the flash of light. There is no part of his body that isn't a different color now. He is so drenched in dragon blood that you guys can barely recognize that's him aside from his sleeked back hair, which is now sleeked back with dragon guts. It's like, yeah! I have now ripped out the spleen and liver and also testicle? Kidneys! That's the one I wanted. And do you have the brain?
Bill shoves his head into his bag. You hear some tapping. Yeah, I think so. I think it's in the skull.
I can fix that as he walks over to you.
Bill's just gonna open his bag to be human-sized.
Yeah, he's like kind of walk it, kind of like bed, like grab out the skulls. He's slowly pulling it. By no stretch of the imagination should the skull be able to fit in the bag, but it's pretty fucked up as he like pulls out and he reaches into the neck portion. He's like, I got the brain, yeah. Now I have every internal organ and I guess external of a dragon. I shall make the most amazing drinks of all time. I've never had a dragon so opened up to me before. He looks at Bill and legitimately looks like he's about to cry. Thank you. You have accomplished an alchemist's dream, or I guess brewer's dream. You've accomplished my dream. I guess it's not really my dream, but I mean, it's a dream.
Yeah, as Bill's just in there with the keg on one side, the brewer supplies. Now hand me everything.
You are a man of my spleens, as he hands you. It is nasty. The shit they're doing should not ever be replicated by any fantasy
I
creation.
totally thought you were gonna say loins.
That's what he started with.
And you know the worst part? I'm not around to help him if he rolls poorly this time.
Yeah.
Oh well, rip.
He started with
kind of
loins.
nearby.
He got halfway into the word loins before he realized, no, it doesn't work. Spleen. As
Plus
he
Plus that Averin does still have the elixir of resurrection, or one of them.
God.
There we go.
So,
Okay.
Bill, if you would be able to roll me a dexterity check, including proficiency, so that'd be a +7,
Oh, no.
if you would.
Wait.
Hmm?
Can I bardic inspiration?
Yes.
Cool.
What do you say to him?
You are making history right now. This will be something that people will look back on and say that was a thing that was in fact done. I give him like a pat on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
Alright.
inspiring.
I'm gonna roll my
Yeah.
normal. So I'm gonna roll my normal dex, and then Sin, you just add everything on.
You
Oh my god!
motherfucker.
I did not.
Oh
Yikes.
shoot!
That was loud.
I
My god. What the
Didn't even
fuck?
need bardic inspiration.
all you
Kinda.
hear is the Stitch as Bill just like he just like throws off his back and just takes off his scarf, places it down gently on his back, and just runs towards Ezekiel, grabs all the mats, and just starts pouring whatever liquids he can from everything.
God, Ezekiel's done this process before, so he does in fact have to help you, because there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of steps you're missing. But you have the knowledge of a brewer. You have the soul of a madman, and you have the dreams of honestly a misbegotten drunken man, which is all you need to perfect a ancient brew. You are creating something that, by all rights and purposes, should not ever exist on this face of existence. There is no world in which these ingredients should ever be mixed. Ever. Only crazy people would ever create something like this, and you're doing it. By the time that you guys are done, which to be fair does take like an hour, and as you guys go into the slow portion, Ezekiel does in fact actually make the bracelets. But honestly, they're a secondary thing. They're passing time for him. He's barely even thinking about them as he's watching the ingredients that you're doing create. He adds some of his freshly gotten blood from the dragon, which you're not even sure how it's still fresh because the thing was like 2 days old or some shit like that. Several days old, and he just starts pouring it in there, and it creates something. Averin, how close are you to this?
Well, currently on the map, I'm basically right next to them.
Raina's just standing in the same
Would
place.
you like to back
Oh,
up,
no.
or would you like to stay that close?
It depends. Is there any reason that Avern should be scared?
Once you start
Oh.
smelling it as it's creating, you would be.
Yeah, I'd say she'd like back up a little bit.
I swear to heavenly goodness on Paylor's soul, if everyone gets sent to Shara and Paylor at this moment in time because of the stupid alcohol, I will be pissed.
So, as it's finally being created, and I mean, you're getting the full keg's worth of shit, by the way. As it's being fully created, Ezekiel looks inside and he goes, This is a masterpiece.
Okay, we're 15.
What?
I was checking how far away we were according
Oh.
to the squares. 15 feet.
Yeah, he's like, This is a masterpiece, my friend Bill. This is something that's never been done before on this face of existence. By the way, there's a crowd now who are a very safe distance away at the door. But there's a crowd now circling around. This is something that
I
may
don't like
never be
this.
seen again. This needs a special name. What should we call it?
I have a name. This is not just a dragon wine anymore. This is the Dragon God wine.
The Dragon God wine. Yes. As he's done look at, and you see him like he's doing something to it. You're not really sure what it is. Honestly, no, you're not in the right headspace. Averin, are you proficient in Arcana by any chance?
Hold on, let me check.
She's half proficient in everything.
I'm
Well,
I'm
that's
half
true.
proficient.
Feel free to roll me
you want to-
Arcana with disadvantage.
I
Honestly, not that bad.
15.
Cool.
have to.
He's doing what you can only register as several different schools of magic. one of which being necromancy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He is
Well done.
doing various schools of
Oh,
magic that
no,
he's
they
pumping
spilled
into
my
this
tea.
thing. You're not really sure exactly what he's doing to this brew, but you assume he's done it to his other brews too, and those brews have nearly killed people, but also have, been some of the most popular alcoholic drinks on the planet. So it's
She, like-
probably something.
She raises an eyebrow. She doesn't say anything. She's intrigued, but she knows she has the potion of resurrection on hand just in case. So she'll like, yeah, someone's gonna die.
He looks at Bill and he goes, "All right, I have now removed all of the things in here that would truly be impeding its process. There are many things which stop a brew like this from truly being perfect. And over the many centuries? Millennia. The many years that I've been doing this, I have found almost all of them. This is truly a perfect brew. Don't drink this unless you are willing to die. Do not drink this unless you are willing...
Give me a cup.
My God. If you were not a bird, and you were... Honestly, if you were just not a bird, you would be in my bed tonight. But you are a bird, so you are now my best friend."
Cool. Are you okay?
What was that noise?
Are you okay?
I think she's having some issues.
Ellie?
My rib popped.
You're one.
I think her rib popped. I think she popped her rib from laughing too hard.
Oh, I know that pain. Are you okay? Do you need something?
Are you okay? I think she's dead, Jim. Anyways, so he looks at you, he says that he grabs what looks to be a mug, and he grabs another one that's identical, and they seem to fit together almost, and he scoops up a drink with both, and he says, "This is a mug which can..." he presses it against yours like you would a mug tap, but it fits into each other. He goes, "This is a mug that connects two people. Usually it's meant relationship-wise, but honestly, you are someone who has truly captured my heart in ways that has not been touched in over 2,000 years. I swear to God, Bill, you have made an old man's heart beat again." And oddly enough, it's not in a romantic sense. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck you did, but I think you killed me a couple times.
Cool.
Nice.
Let's do
Drink it,
this.
bitch.
Woo!
Hey, they both down. Oh, roll me a con save with disadvantage, and he will too. Wow. All right. Oh.
That
Oh,
was
Bill.
a 20 and a 7.
Now, specifically because of this, specifically because of your backstory, and specifically because of your life, I will allow you to choose if you want to go back to natural 20.
Excuse you? Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second.
Would you like to choose to pick the natural 20?
I think the question is more like, how do you think this goes down, rather than which one
Okay,
you choose.
I have a question. If I
Ooh.
choose the natural 20, can I still go to the other planes for a few minutes?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
As long as you don't talk to Ellie's gray god, we're good.
Just, Bill's, I'm choosing the natural
No,
20.
no.
And I just want
I
to take,
kill that.
and just, I want to
Excuse
take
you.
Ezekiel with me, though.
So you choose the natural 20. Now, this is great. So, just for everyone to know on the stream, Bill has chosen the natural 20 on this con save. Now, there's a very specific reason I asked him for it. With the natural 20, and with the fact that you are in fact right next to fucking Ezekiel, that's a word. you guys both fall back in bliss. True bliss. You guys have never had such a perfect drink. And both Rowena and Averin, you guys are seeing them rock into a peaceful sleep. You can fairly certain see at this distance they're not dead. They're not dead. They're still breathing. Now, for you, Bill, what you're seeing is vastly different. You're with Ezekiel. And the universe does not feasibly exist for you. This is like you're on several different types of LSD and flying through space and time and existence. You guys are transporting from realm. You guys are realm hopping so fast you can't even possibly perceive the realms you're going to. At one point, you guys stop in front of Paylor, and he goes, "What the fuck?" And then you guys vanish again. And you stop in front of Shar, and before she can even look at you, you guys vanish again, and then land on top of Shar, and then disappear again. And you guys just start fucking dimension hopping. At one point, you are fairly confident that you have now seen your master again. You guys land inside of an entirely different, multi-dimensional universe where you're not even sure if you can perceive that which is around you. And the only thing that your mind can register is master, and boosh, you teleport again and again and again. And for the next however long you guys are asleep, let me know the con save. You guys are now going to be dimension hopping.
no.
Who knows how long?
Can I go over and poke him?
Oh no.
Just like make sure. Poke, poke.
So you walk over and you poke him. He's in a coma. He put himself into a coma. You can also tell from Ezekiel he's also in a coma.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out if that bardic inspiration would have helped him at all with that one.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, it's like what, a 1d4?
Yeah.
Nope. Nope, he's in a coma. Yep. Bill and Ezekiel are now in comas.
Everyone like panics for a moment and then like fumbles together the checks like the heartbeat and all that stuff, and is like, I do not know how to do medical things.
I mean, their heart is beat. What if she'll cast, I guess, Goodberry and try giving each of them one of them, like just kind of.
You try pushing it into his mouth.
Yeah.
It just, come on, buddy, come on, swallow. Nope, nothing. They look a little better. They look nourished. Right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode.
I know how to fix this.
Oh my gosh. Cliffhanger ending.
I guess I have a healer's kit. I could do something.
Yeah. I mean, he's stabilized. He's just in a coma. His soul has left his body.
Not be in a coma.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. The bird and their friend Ezekiel, their souls have now left their bodies, literally speaking, and are dimension hopping. And honestly, that might have some bad repercussions for Ezekiel, but I mean, he chose his path.
You know, I would say that I was surprised that alcohol was how Bill learned to plane travel. But honestly, yeah, that sounds about right.
Dragon magic is a powerful fucking thing.
On that note, did you check what I DM'd you?
Oh, I did. And it's exciting.
I would not recommend actually giving that to them with this. That's literally a 7th level spell.
Oh, probably not, but man, they're gonna get some shit when they come back if they do. So, if you guys want to see what happens to poor Bill, who honestly got to see his master again, guys. Woo!
Not poor. He decided to do this to himself.
He was extremely intoxicated.
To the well-educated Bill. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, hit that follow button. Feel free to check out our various social medias, which are inside the Twitch chat right there, including our website as well as a few other places. If you guys want to be shouted out like Pastry Boy Fritter, and you guys want to be kind of on our videos or see some of the new content we're making, because I am making a book at the moment based off of a play-by-post campaign that I'm currently running, as well as another book in the same world. If you guys want to see frequent updates to that, chapter-by-chapter updates, feel free to go to our Patreon as well. Even the lowest form, which I believe is either $3, $1, I'm not quite sure, will allow you guys to see that. And you guys can also see it on our website as we continue to post it. So, we'll see all of you fine folks next week on Friday for some sweet, sweet action. We're probably going to be back on Sunday in the morning. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing anything in the afternoon. Same with Monday. So feel free to check us out on those days. That's playing by ear at the moment. So we'll see all of you guys next time. Remember, next week, Friday, 7 p.m. PST, we're going to see what the fuck happens to Bill. Bye!
Bye.
Hey, Sin.
Bye.
Yeah?
Hey, Sin. Did you finish your drink yet?
Oh, God.
How many
It's
more
not empty
times
just
do I
yet.
How many more times do I need to hit this button?
Hit it once more and I'll finish this by the end of the night. Here we go. All right. I'll see all of you fine folks next time. Thanks, Melody. Thanks, everyone, for being here. And thanks, you guys, for being my players. All right. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.